to Sam Roberts' Friday Show. A live extravaganza like no other. Phone calls, tweets, celebrity guests, Sam's friends that are good on the air. As a taste of the future starts now. This is Sam Roberts' Friday Show. Welcome to Sam Roberts' Friday Show. A live extravaganza like no other. Phone calls, tweets, celebrity guests, Sam's friends that are good on the air. As a taste of the future starts now. This is Sam Roberts' Friday Show.
I feel like I'm working on my shit too. Welcome. Welcome. This is my shit. Welcome to Sam Roberts' Friday Show. You can all be a part of it by calling 866-WOW1-WOW, 866-969-1969. Do not be distressed. No DJ Whoo Kid mix this week, however. DJ Whoo Kid will be here in minutes. He's decided to bust stereotypes by not arriving on time for the show. So, he's making a social message. But he'll be here in a few minutes. It's going to be a huge, huge Sam Roberts Friday show today. The Stengel brothers will be here. A rare radio appearance by Justin and Eric Stengel. Of course, they've been working with David Letterman for years and years and years. And they're two of the funniest people on Twitter. They will be here. Before that, Bert Kreischer here in just a few minutes. And you can be here too. Call the show. 866-WOW1-WOW. That's 866-969-1969. And I don't like to be one to toot my own horn, but as you could tell, what we do here on the channel these days is start the show with a song. Either a Whoo Kid mix or a song. And last week it was Smash Mouth, and that was to get into the fact that they may be the worst band of all time. This week, we started with Iggy Azalea because it was asked to yours truly, Sam Roberts, what I thought the song of the summer would be. Now, everybody knows the history that I had with Carly Rae Jepsen and the success. When Troy Kwan and I pronounced that a couple years ago as the song of the summer, it became the song of the summer. If you remember, back in May or so, people were calling the pre-show and the post-show during the week, and they were saying, Sam, you have not declared what will be the song of the summer. And I said at that time, Iggy Azalea would be the artist of the summer, no doubt about it. And guess what? She is. That's why we're celebrating. That's why we started with Iggy, because even in August, you knew she was going to be artist of the summer. Are they writing things on the phone screen in there? Because I don't see anything on my end.
Yes, they are.
Eric decided to go and do an interview for his podcast without testing the phones while I was busy trying to generate content for this show. So tell Eric I appreciate him coming in on this Friday and taking some time out of his busy schedule to be little to no help whatsoever.
I'll tell him when he's not busy.
Let's go. Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't want to interrupt him. He's working.
No, that's not cool.
He's working on a podcast that doesn't exist. Let's go to 57. Are they all good calls? I hope they're good.
Look, Carrie Ann's screening them. She says they're good.
Well, all right, 570. Welcome to Sam Roberts' Friday show. See, sound nothing. Can you hear me, 570? See, I don't even have anything. Nobody tested the phones before the show began. So, although I will tell you this. I came in and Eric said, Sam, you're all good. So that was huge. Sal is working on the phones. But as I said, a celebration. And it became clear to me that Iggy Azalea was the artist of the summer because she was on the Today Show this morning performing. And, you heard the song that we played in the beginning. Is it working now, you think?
I have to go in the other room.
All right, well, let me try to see if I can at least hear them. Can I hear you? I don't see your number, but hello?
Hello.
Hello! Welcome to Sam Roberts' Friday show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name's Rich. I'm calling from Illinois. Sam, you're a great radio broadcaster.
Oh, my gosh, thank you so much.
Hey, I've got a question, though. What's up with Mashup Nicole? Is she just not coming back? Or?
Well, she was here last week, and I'm going to get into this with Whoo Kid when he gets here. But, of course, my usual co-hosts are DJ Whoo Kid and Nicole Ryan. And I'm starting to think that they do not coexist well. Because 2 weeks ago, DJ Whoo Kid was here. Nicole Ryan was not. Last week, Nicole Ryan was here. DJ Whoo Kid was not. This week, I get the message, DJ Whoo Kid will be here. I get the message, Nicole Ryan will not. I don't know if there was, maybe there's some kind of sexual history between the two of them that I was unaware of. I don't know for sure. But I'll tell you this. We'll get to the bottom of it later today.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right. I'll talk to you later. But, you heard that song. It's not even the big Iggy Azalea song this summer, the song that we started the show with. But, she's on the song talking about, giving blowjobs for shoes and things like that. She was on the Today Show this morning. And so she's crossed over to the point where we're ignoring the fact that she's, talking about returning sexual favors for fashion items. I'll play that audio in a second. Bobby in Pennsylvania.
Hey, Sam. How you doing?
Good, buddy.
Hey, I just wanted to say I love your show. I know towards one of the end of the episodes of the Opie with Jim show, you seemed really down, and you didn't seem very, satisfied with how you made it. I just wanted to say I love your show. I love you on Opie with Jim. I think you're doing a great job, man, and in my eyes, you've made it.
Well, I appreciate that very much, Bobby, and Todd in New Jersey.
Sam Roberts, how the hell are you, Todd from Burlington?
Good. You snuck through.
Yeah, damn right. That's because Carrie Ann's wearing a thong and she's not worried about who's on the phone.
Good for her.
Hey, question is, I really do think that you should have an afternoon show every day because we need good radio.
Yeah. Well, I would love to supply that. And Travis, double check. Carrie Ann wearing a thong today. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Tell Carrie Ann, very good job. Very, very good job as far as phone screening goes. But I'll get it. Let me finish with the Iggy Azalea thing in a couple minutes then, because I got a lot of tweets about what I said at the end of O&A earlier this week. They were asking me, I kind of offhandedly, and I didn't think I was going to talk about it, otherwise I would have brought the clip in, but they offhandedly, Opie made a comment that you all know Dennis Falcone, that if he were Dennis Falcone, he would have hung himself by the time he was 30, which I thought was funny. Opie asked me, Sam, isn't that right? And I said, yes, I'm 30 and I think about hanging myself every day. Now, that comment was meant in jest. I do not spend many days thinking about hanging myself. In fact, 0 of the time I actually contemplate suicide. That's a big one. Seriously contemplate suicide. I spend 0 time thinking about it. But I guess the conversation got a little deeper. And yeah, look, when you're a person who is a very motivated person and would like to work to the highest point of their potential, and there are other people dictating what that potential is, it gets frustrating because I believe my potential is greater than maybe other people do. However, I appreciate everybody reaching out to me and saying, we think you're great. I don't know at what point in life I would actually be satisfied, but don't put me on suicide watch. I'm doing okay. I understand that I'm doing okay. I'm not trying to complain about anything that's going on. However, of course I would like to achieve more. I'm only here to achieve. You know what I mean? Ronnie in New Orleans, how you doing?
Sammy, sweetheart, how are you?
Good. And I swear that's true. I actually am. I'm doing good. I'm doing well. Don't worry.
Fantastic. Listen, I know you're a sexpert, and I've got a
That's right.
serious question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to meet a married woman who is dying to give me a blowjob, but she said she's got this just thirst to finger my ass.
What? Wait. Okay. So this woman is dying to. Why is she dying to give you a blowjob? Like, what is it about your penis that makes her want to put her mouth on it?
I guess she's just deprived right now from her husband.
How old is she?
How old is she?
Yes.
She's 30.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 40.
Well, that sounds great. Great news for you. And so she's sexually deprived at 30 years old?
Sexually deprived, very frustrated.
Wow.
And,
is she hot?
Think about, she's a little heavy, dude, but she's got big tits.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's perfect for me.
It's no problem.
So anyway, she said she's got this obsession to finger my ass while blowing me, and I just wanted your opinion on, you think I should go that route? This is my first time. So
You've never had your ass fingered before?
I have not, no.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I've never had a finger penetrate my ass. However, I certainly have had some tickling around the balloon knot. I will say that. Some pressing. You know what I mean? Like, it's never gone in even a knuckle deep, but I'm sure the tip has touched the area. And just even if you don't like the act, I think the fact that what you're doing is so wrong. Like, just the idea that this is a married woman. Like, what would her husband think if he walked in and saw her mouth on your penis and her finger in your rectum? Like, I would be so pissed. I can't tell you how pissed I would be. Like, you want to talk about depressed. If I walked in on my wife doing that to a 40-year-old man, I'd be then I would hang myself. Then I would be feeling like that. And that fact is enough that I would say go for it. It doesn't make you a good person, but these life experiences don't come around too often. And here's why I would say go for it. Because that's one of those scenarios that if you don't, you will spend the remaining days on this planet thinking, even though getting fingers up my ass is not my thing, even though I don't want to disrupt this woman's marriage, what if I had done that? And that's the worst feeling in the world.
God, you make sense. I love you.
Ronnie, you have to understand, the feeling of regret is worse than the feeling of being anally penetrated by a married woman's finger. The feeling of regret is worse. So you got to go with anal penetration in this case.
God, that's perfect.
Yeah.
You're a good man.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
All right. John in Indiana?
Damn it, I was hoping to tell that guy he needs to just do it.
Well, I'm sure he's still listening, and I'm sure he appreciates the caller's support. There's no doubt in my mind, because that's one of those, even if you know morally it's not a great thing to do, and physically you don't love having fingers in your ass, there's nothing wrong with a man having a finger in his bottom every now and then.
Yeah, but
Go ahead.
The best thing about it is the fact that he's going to blow a huge load once she starts fucking tickling his prostate.
Yeah, dude. I don't think he realizes what he's in store for. I bet you that Ronnie in New Orleans will probably last 45 seconds at most. Just because the mental and physical stimulation combined. I mean, I know I wouldn't be able to sustain any type of erection without blowing a load quickly.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to do this himself first. Can fucking throw a rubber glove on, do it at home, and then when he fucking goes and gets with her, it'd be great.
That's what you would do? You would spend some time with yourself.
Oh, yeah, stick a finger in the ass. Why not? Come on.
I mean, the last thing he wants to do is come off as inexperienced.
Exactly.
I get what you're saying. All right. Have you ever, I mean, John, do you put fingers up your ass when you jerk off?
No, just once.
Just once. All right, and you enjoyed it. I mean, if you...
Well, yeah, why not?
Why not? If you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it. All right, thanks a lot, buddy. I appreciate it.
Later.
I mean, to me, that's a no-brainer. Let's go to Paul. Paul in New Jersey, you're on Sam Roberts' Friday show.
Hey, Sam, two things.
Yeah.
Number one, you just mentioned if this guy doesn't go through with that, it's the ultimate act of regret.
Right.
My biggest lost thing I ever had in my life that I still wish, if I had one wish to correct it, this would be the story. When I was 22, I had the chance on the spur of the moment to go over to Europe. And I couldn't find any friends, so I went over by myself. It literally was like something I had to do within 2 days. So I did a 10-day trip. First place I arrived was Munich. Spent a few days there. And
Munich, Germany?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then took an overnight train to Amsterdam. So the train left around 8 o'clock at night, and I'll get to the point in a second.
Yes, please do.
Sometime around 11 p.m., I fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
It's a four-bed, bunk bed style cabin.
Sure.
About 2 hours later, the train stops, and I'm awoken. These 3 relatively hot German women get on the train, on my cabin where I'm sleeping, and they crack over a bottle of champagne. Now, I'm in the top bunk. I look down, and one of the women offers me a glass of champagne. I shake my head and say no and go back to sleep.
Why?
Because I'm an idiot.
I mean, there is a chance that they were up to no good and they were trying to drug you and steal your American money, but there's also a chance that they were just some horny European sluts that were going to give you the greatest memory of your life.
That's why I say that's my biggest thing of regret that I have, that I wish I could correct.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and regret, thank you, Paul. Regret is a weird thing because it plays with your brain and scenarios that you always think the scenario that you regret would have worked out well, even if you hadn't. Like when I was in college, I was in a terrible relationship. I was in a committed relationship to a woman that I am obviously no longer in that committed relationship with. So I sit there, and now, still, to this day, I'm a happily married man. I love my wife with every fiber of my being. But almost at least 4 times a week, I think to myself, imagine all the ass I would have gotten in college if I would have just dropped that girlfriend. Now, I think of every girl that ever said 2 words to me, and I think, oh, yeah, she was into me. I mean, she was obviously into me. I can't believe I didn't take advantage of that. The fact is, if I was single, I probably still wouldn't have gotten any pussy whatsoever. However, because I wasn't, I live with the regret. I would rather go through life knowing that I couldn't get laid than there's a slight potential that I could have. It's much worse that you left potential on the table. And that kind of goes back to what I was saying about getting depressed. Sexually, career-wise, any way you cut it, leaving potential on the table, to me, is unacceptable. Unacceptable. That's not how we get down here on Sam Roberts' Friday show. Scott in Pennsylvania. Scott, welcome to the show.
Hey, Sam. How you doing, Sam?
Good.
I got to tell you, all week I've been cursing you out because you had Giannis Pappas on last week.
Mm-hmm.
All of his lines were stuck in my head at work all week. I'm sitting at my desk working, going, "No, these white niggas over here, they better take me to BBQ."
And that's the thing. And you also,
you for that.
Giannis has the ability to make you think that you can get away with it too. When you my God,
yeah.
You're a walking HR issue.
Thinking it, just cursing myself, going, if I say that, I'm going to get fired. So. But I appreciated it. That was good.
Well, he was great. And that show's on demand if you missed any of Giannis Pappas on the show last week. Let's go to Sammy in Illinois. What's up, Sammy?
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Hey, so I got a question for you, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to a smaller college, right? Straight out of high school. Now, I'm trying to figure out if I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to like pass it off. Like I'm like some like big old like player and stuff, but it's still college. I'm trying to still like get my dick wet a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm saying like, do I test the waters out a little bit? Because it's a smaller college. So I'm not trying to get like that bad reputation and like cock block myself for the next 4 years. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you're saying, do you go out there and just try to, like, you're worried about ruining your reputation because word will get around about you?
Yeah, true. But I'm still not trying to like keep it stale for all semester. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do know what you're saying. If I were you, you got to, this goes back to the regret thing. I would rather build a reputation of being a scumbag than leave, have everybody think you're a nice guy, and then, 3 years after college be like, oh, you know what I could have done? I could have been a scumbag, and it would have been a lot of fun, and I'm out of college anyway, and it wouldn't have mattered.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool, yeah.
Did you like that Iggy Azalea at the top of the show? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's what's up.
All about it.
All right, I'll talk to you later, Sammy.
All right, man. Later, man.
Colin in New Jersey.
Hey, Mr. Professional Broadcaster Sam Roberts, how are you?
Good, buddy.
Good. So going with the regret thing, I worked with a girl who was a 10, an absolute 10. And she asked me to come over and watch a movie with her and her girlfriend while her parents were away. I said, okay, went over. I said the word donger at some point.
Wait.
Hold on. Okay, what?
You said the word donger?
I said the word donger, and they were fascinated by the word. And I said, oh, it's a dick. And they're like, and they all of a sudden wanted to watch porn.
Wait, you said the word donger and it worked?
It absolutely worked. Out of any time that word has ever been used, it probably worked this once out of 8,000.
I was under the assumption that your story of regret was based around the fact that you said the word donger and the women, and you blew your chance with that. You actually created your chance with that word.
I did. And strip, all right, so porn went on. Then they decided they wanted to play strip poker.
What? Wait, and it's just two girls and you?
Correct.
Oh,
and then it came up to where they wanted to see my donger.
Well, of course. I mean, the word's been thrown around. Eventually, you have a couple of adult beverages, you're going to want to display it.
Okay, so the one girl was a 10, the other was like a 4.
Still. I mean, that's a 4. That's an average of 7, which is good.
That is pretty solid.
Yeah.
I had worked a long day, I didn't shower, and I bitched out.
What?
Dude, I would have went down and I would have been a king.
Of course you would have been a king. And you would have been even more of a king because you would have been able to tell people, dude, I was all sweaty. I didn't even shower. My balls smelled like onions the whole time.
And I loved the vinegar smell. But I ruined it for every guy everywhere. And I won with the donger, and then I let it all down.
How long ago was that?
Oh, Jesus. At least 10 years.
And how often do you think of it?
It's come up several times. I've tried to recreate it. I'm like, hey. No, that moment was gone.
You can't. You can't. So how did you? So what did you say to get out of it? I don't understand. Like, it sounds like they were throwing themselves at you.
I said, I'm pretty gross. I worked all day. Let me take a shower, or go in the shower, and then they didn't go for it. And then it was kind of it.
Huh.
I ruined it. I ruined it, man.
You did. Well, I would like to make you feel better, but you have every reason to live your life in just a horrible, long stage of regret.
And I'm going to.
You should. Thank you, Colin.
All right, thanks, guys. Bye.
All right. Todd in Indiana.
Hey, Sam, it's Todd. Just calling.
I know.
First-time caller. I've been listening to you for years.
Awesome.
Hey, just a quick question for you. My definition of regret is I'd much rather regret something I did than something I didn't do. And I have a ton of those that I can look back on and say, I'm glad I did them.
Yeah, that's true. Regretting something, like, what's something that you regret that you did?
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah, tell me.
Probably from 18 through 32.
Well,
years.
tell me one thing that you did.
Okay, probably one that I should not have done.
Right.
But okay, science lab in college. Buddy of mine goes, hey, ever want to drop acid? Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
So 3-hour chemistry lab and just did it, and figuring not the smartest move for my grades, but what the hell. And it was an extremely interesting time. But again, you might probably look back and say, I probably shouldn't have done that, but I had a hell of a fun time doing it.
Well, that's the thing. Like, even when you regret things that you did, on some level, you appreciate their life experience. Like on some level, you're sitting there going, yeah, but it was kind of funny. Oh, I really shouldn't have done that. But it was kind of funny. There's no, when you didn't do something and you regret it, there is no, yeah, but it was kind of funny that I sat home watching Hulk Hogan DVDs instead. That doesn't exist.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
All right, buddy. I'll talk. All right. Thanks, Todd. Michael in Canada. What's up? Welcome to Sam Roberts Friday Show, live here on XM 103 Series 206.
Sam Roberts.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. I just wanted to talk about the second last caller thing about having, he wasn't sure about ruining his reputation by sleeping with a lot of women.
Well, yeah, he didn't know. He was afraid he was going to a small college, and he was afraid that if he went and started sleeping with a bunch of chicks, that word would get around, and after one big shot, he'd be done for the rest of his tenure at that college.
Yeah, I'm in this, like, kind of small, like, 500,000 town outside of Toronto here, so it's kind of small, the high schools and the colleges here. And I slept with a lot of women, even back in high school, and to this day, it still kind of, like, cock blocks me from having girls, no other girls, and just being a dick from back then.
You should move.
For a player. I know.
I mean, you're an adult. You should just move to a different town, and then that problem wouldn't exist.
No, it's not that much of a problem, because you can still go other places and find other women. But
right.
Just to his point, sometimes it does come up to bite you in the ass. But I would never, like, regret sleeping with all those women back then.
No, because you did the thing that everybody's mad at you for, so you got the experience.
Exactly.
Right. Like, thanks, buddy. Like, you don't want to. I didn't do anything that people would be upset with me like that. Like, there's nothing I did that makes me a scumbag. I was looked at, like, if you ask some of the girls at Syracuse University who knew me, they'd be like, oh, Sam was always so sweet. You know what that makes me feel? Like a shithead. Like I did the wrong thing. There's anyone who's worried, like, you know what, maybe I should do the right thing because eventually it'll make me feel good. No, it won't. It'll make you feel bad. Because when you're young, you're allowed to do horrible shit as long as you improve once you get older. As a matter of fact, if you're a good guy when you're old and you're a shithead when you're young, you get even more good guy points. If you're an older guy who's always been a good guy, you're kind of a weirdo. If you're an older guy who had a shitty past, it's like, wow, what a hero you are. You're an inspiration. Let's go to Jim in Wisconsin. What's up, Jim? You there, Jim? Yeah.
Yeah, Tim.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, of course I can hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Tim.
Don't worry about it.
So, a few years ago, I was in college, sorry, and there was these two girls, and they had come up with a plan for me to meet them at one of their lake houses for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of knew what was up. It was, I was going over there. It seemed like there was no one else coming, right? So, and I had a thing for one of them, but it never went anywhere because she had a boyfriend. So I get there, and they start making the moves on me. And both of them together. They had plotted this, right?
Yeah.
And I wasn't say I was super inexperienced, but I certainly was not experienced with more than one.
Right.
So I was a little, and let's put it this way. So anyway, bottom line.
Which way are we going to put it?
So
did you fuck them or not? That's what the people need to know.
So they both took turns blowing me.
Oh, my God. Are you just calling to brag? This doesn't sound like anything to regret.
No. Listen.
Do you believe him? He's lying, isn't he? I'm going to hang up on him. He's definitely lying. Travis, he was lying, right?
I really stopped listening to him. All
right, that's how you know.
Yeah, 30 seconds in.
When you're telling a story about two girls blowing you at a lake house and everybody kind of tunes out, you're definitely lying. Like, you could easily make that story exciting. Adrian, he was lying, right?
Yeah, anytime somebody goes, listen.
What I meant to say was, no.
You know how you know he was lying? Because Bobo always says, well, let's just put it this way. And I know that he's always lying.
Right. When you repeat, let's just put it this way many times, you have no idea how to put it. You're trying to stall for time.
Exactly.
All right, let's take a couple more of these, and then I don't want to hear it, because either you're talking, because I don't understand how these experiences even exist. I'm sure half these callers are lying, because nothing like this, even close, happened to me, ever in my life.
It's like the stories in Penthouse Forum.
Yeah, it's just like, what are you talking about? Bo in Nevada.
No, but yeah, it's Bo in Atlanta. Hey, what's going on, Sam?
How you doing?
So I got a quick story. So I threw a really big party at my parents' house right before I moved from Northern Virginia down to Atlanta. and I got really drunk, and I made a mistake of putting a mask on of the Rancor Keeper from Star Wars.
How is that a mistake?
Well, my friend Chad took a photo of me while I was on the toilet.
Wait. Let's all put the brakes on this. You're sitting on the toilet. Obviously, your pants are down, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
And you're wearing a mask of who?
The Rancor Keeper, the kind of the guy with the tusks who kind of shepherded the guys, and I think it was Return of the Jedi.
Who made a Rancor Keeper mask? Did anybody ever sit around wanting to be the Rancor Keeper for Halloween?
I thought everybody did.
No, I don't think so. I've never met anyone except for you, Bo.
Well, ultimately what happened is a photo was taken. This photo was blown up, and now it sits behind my friend Chad during his podcast on a weekly basis.
Uh-huh. What's his podcast?
BigOandDukes.com.
Oh, is that his true story, or you're just trying to plug Big O and Dukes?
It's 100% true story.
Oh,
my
I'm so
name's
glad.
not Bo.
I'm so glad. Oh, my God. So but you don't regret that, do you?
Bo does. My name's not Bo, but this did happen to Bo.
Oh, you should not. Okay, so Bo's embarrassed by it.
Bo is certainly embarrassed, and he's in Atlanta, and he's definitely embarrassed. And Chad definitely thinks it's the funniest thing ever, and I agree.
Now, you tell me, how is Bo going to feel when he realizes that you called this show to tell his story?
He'll probably feel pretty good about it. Bo's kind of weird like that. He's definitely the biggest heel in the world.
I don't know what that means, but, I mean, I'd be very proud of myself if I had a Rancor Keeper mask, and I was on the toilet, and there's a photo of it. Ed in New Jersey.
Okay, really fast. Buddy of mine and I, his girlfriend, or at least the girl he was going out with at the time, and the girl he worked with, we all go out to some club. He doesn't want to dance. His girlfriend says, do you want to dance? I said, fine. We start dancing. She starts dirty dancing up next to me, singing sexy lyrics of the songs into my ear. And I'm thinking, okay, whatever, it's my buddy's girlfriend. I'm not going to touch her. We find end of the night, we get in a cab. Somebody has to get on somebody's lap. She chooses to get on my lap.
You're in a cab with your friend and your friend's girlfriend. Your friend's girlfriend decides to get on your lap.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
I didn't understand it either. She starts nibbling on my ear, blowing in my ear.
While your friend is right next to her?
Well, he's like 2 people away because the girl he worked with was between us.
Wow.
So I said, okay, fine. She gets out. I have to get out of the cab first. I get out. She, then she's going to get back in, and they're going to keep going. I said, okay, good night, everybody. I turn around. She grabs me, kisses me, then, arches her eyebrows, are you going to ask me anything? And I just figured, hey, listen, this is my girl. This is my buddy's girlfriend. I'm not touching her. I walk away. About a week later, I said, how's whatever her name was, Linda or whatever. He goes, oh, yeah, we broke up on Sunday. And I go, ah! And he goes, what? I tell him, and he goes, oh, you should have said something.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't do that to a friend.
How old were you at the time?
I'm going to say 23, 24.
Yeah, I mean, look, number one, friends make up all the time over stuff like this. You might just lose a friend for a year or two. And number two, you can make new friends. Those experiences don't come around again.
He's been my friend for 30-plus years. I'd rather have the friend than the girl. Girls go and come and go.
I mean, I guess so, but that scenario is, I mean, you're a stronger man than I, Ed. You're a stronger man than I.
Hey, the bro code.
I guess so. I don't believe in that bro code because it sounds kind of, a little gay. The whole bro code thing. I've never really understood it. But no, I mean, you don't. I guess it would. But if your friend is dating somebody that's that big of a shitbag that she would hit on his friend, like if she would hit on you, then she's not the right girl for your friend. So what you do is, I mean, maybe sleep with her, but then convince your friend that she's not the right girl for him. And then that way you've actually saved your friend some tumultuous times. Because if she wants to bang you, she's definitely already cheated on your friend a whole bunch of times. That's not where it starts. This is a girl who has no fear of getting caught anymore. Like, she's way past the deep end. Let's go to, this is one I want to go to, Joe in South Jersey. What's up, Joe?
Yo, Sam, how's it going, man?
Good.
Very good. Hey, yeah, dude, I was just calling in to kind of bolster your argument about it's just not worth being a good guy when you're young, man. It's like I slept with one other woman besides my wife, and you get no fucking credit for it, man. It's like now, I'm 32 now, and I want to try to go to a strip club with her or do a little more kind of wild, adventurous, and she had a normal, kind of youth. She a little, certainly more wild than me. And it's like now it's like, well, you should have done that then. Sorry, fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you kind of, if you're going to get married to somebody after only sleeping with one person, you got to make sure you're both on that same level, because otherwise you're definitely going to grow completely separately.
Yeah, it's definitely not the best spot to be.
All right, well, I mean, try to explain this shit to her, because that's gonna tear you apart. You got to get her to at least see that. Look, you didn't get to experience some things. Obviously, how old are you now?
I'm 32 now, man.
Right, so you got married youngish. It's not like you got married to the second girl that you were with. You got to explain to her that you didn't get to experience some things that you want to experience. You don't want to cheat on her. You don't want to find another girl. You just want to have fun at a strip club sometimes. There's no way she should have a problem with you having fun at a strip club.
Yeah,
or just doing weird shit. The fact that, it makes you a good guy. The fact that you want to do some weirder shit sexually, but you want to do it with your wife.
Yeah, we've had this conversation, man. I don't know, dude, but it just, if you're young and you're listening, man, don't try to be like the noble, hey, I don't want to take advantage of girls and all that. Cause I did all that shit, and I was like, hey, I don't want to try.
We're not advocating that you go out there and take advantage of girls, just that you find somebody. It's okay to marry somebody after only having been with one person. You just got to make sure that this person is actually on the same wavelength as you as far as all that's concerned, because otherwise you're completely fucked.
Yep.
Thanks,
Amen.
Joe. All right, I'll talk to you later. What I was trying to get at before, and I could take calls like this all day, but I feel like the longer we talk about regrets, the more apt people are to make up stories about regrets that never existed. So let's move on a little bit. As I said, I started the show with Iggy Azalea, and it's because I said that she would be the artist of the summer. And I knew this morning is when I figured out that Iggy Azalea was officially the artist of the summer, because she was on the Today Show. So Iggy Azalea is this white chick who figured out how to rap like a southern black woman, but she's from Australia. She's blonde. She has a natural Australian accent, but she's got a very fat ass, and it helps in her rap career because people love watching a fat ass, especially when it's attached to somebody who rhymes well. So that's what she does, and all of her music is very sexual, and the song that we started the show with was just, it was kind of like about shaking her ass, and the Fancy song that has become the hit of the summer is just about, dropping it low and whatever. The song that you just heard opening the show, she's talking about women giving blowjobs for shoes. So you go, how can this person be the artist of the summer? The artist of the summer has to be pop friendly, has to be whatever. For some reason, when we get to the point where we're at artist of the summer area, you just ignore the lyrics. It's the same thing. You see parents that don't even listen to what their kids are listening to, which is hilarious. That's why there's 12-year-olds listening to Iggy Azalea talking about blowing guys for shoes and being in the murder business. I would assume that means she takes money to kill people, which I think is a fabrication. But she goes on the Today Show today, and I'm thinking, what is the Today Show going to talk to her about? How can she get by on the Today Show when all she talks about, she went on one of the hip-hop stations in New York, and the main premise of her interview was about how she stopped stage diving and crowd surfing because people wouldn't stop fingering her. That was what the interview was about. Yeah, people keep fingering me, so I had to stop. Now I'm going, what is Meredith Vieira, or whoever the chick on the Today Show is now, what is Matt Lauer, what is Al Roker going to talk to this chick about? Listen to a little moment from this morning.
Where is Iggy Azalea from? How did you come up with the name?
Iggy was actually my beloved pet, my dog,
really?
Growing up for so many years, and he passed on when he was 19, and I think I felt a little bit guilty. People can probably relate when your dog gets old and you sort of stop paying it any attention. And then when he passed on, I felt so guilty. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to make my stage name Iggy.
In honor of Iggy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
And Azalea.
I wish that things work like that in any other medium. That you could just ignore the fact that you've been writing songs about riding dick for forever. Like your whole career is based on writing songs about riding dicks. But then you can go on the Today Show and be like, and my dog died. Oh, your dog? Yeah, my poor dog. He was 19 years old. Oh, that's so... We love dogs here at Today. Oh, I do too. I also love balls. What? Like, where does this chick talking about her dead dog come into any of those songs that we hear? Let's listen to a little more.
I'm going to make my stage name Iggy.
In honor of Iggy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
And Azalea comes from?
Azalea is the street that my mother lives on.
Oh.
Yeah.
It has such a great ring.
Yeah, it's cool. It's kind of quirky. And then I found out later that you can make yourself like nicknames like that. So now everybody that's kind of around me, we sort of make up our own like pet names.
Just quirky nickname game. We take the name of our dead dog and match it with our street, and that's the quirky nickname game. Where I'm from, that's the porn star nickname game. Isn't that? I mean, Adrian, is that not?
Yeah.
Adrian's our intern, by the way. He's 20. He knows what the kids are doing. Is that not how you create your porn star name?
Yep, that was Chippy Windsor.
But Chippy Windsor?
Yep.
That's the worst porn star name I've ever heard. Right? I wish you were. I wish you went into porn and used that name.
I've thought about it.
You'd be legendary. Yeah. But how do you go on the Today Show and just completely, and then, moms are going to be sitting there and go, oh, I saw that Iggy. I saw the Iggy on the Today Show this morning. I think I'm going to buy Beth her CD. Beth's 12 now, so she's starting to get into that music on her own. Yeah, I'm going to buy her the Iggy CD. It's named after her dog. I love dogs. How somebody can get away with, like, misrepresenting everything that they've ever claimed to be is crazy. But that's how it works in music. If you're in pop music and you get to the point where you can write your own ticket a little bit, like once you convince radio to play your song over and over again, you can do whatever you want. Let's go to Dan in New York. What's up, Dan?
Sam, you're a dopey motherfucker, man.
Why do you say that?
I say that because you have this chick. I didn't know who she was. I just looked up a picture of her. She's fucking hot as hell, man.
Yes.
And she has all these lyrics that are sexually suggestive, and she dresses sexually suggestive. And why is it bad that she goes on TV and does an interview where she's like a normal fucking person? Don't you want hot girls to be able to be sexual and not repressed?
Yeah, that's why I don't understand why this girl who is not sexually repressed is going on the Today Show and trying to convince soccer moms that she's anything but a sexual dynamo.
Dude, girls wear different hats, man. Just like you wear different hats. You go home and you get spanked by your girl and you come on the radio and act tough. You wear different hats depending on where you are,
But
man.
that's where we're different. I don't act tough. I act like somebody who gets spanked by my wife.
Like a wise ass. Come on. I know you're not like that when you're hanging with your chick.
You don't think I'm a wise ass when I'm a wise ass every day of the week. You come meet me. Come meet me in the street.
Oh, no, I can't do that, man.
I'm a tough guy. I want you to know. I beat people up.
Your hair puts you in a different weight class from me.
That's right. That's right, it does. I'm going to tell you something. You know what's going to put you in a different weight class? The knuckle sandwich I put down your throat.
Oh, no.
Huh,
no.
tough guy? That's right. You're messing with Sam Roberts now.
TKO round one.
That's right. You're going to have to meet two things. My fist in your face and your head and the floor. That's right.
Oh, God.
Two meetings are going down. That's right. You're bringing out the tough guy in me.
All right. You win.
All right.
I'm sorry.
All right. Are we cool?
Yeah, we're cool. I'm sorry.
All right.
I won't do it again.
All right. Then I'm not going to meet you in the street then, Dan.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. I just don't understand how, if this were, if this were a radio DJ, right? If this were a shock jock, and the shock jock goes on the air and insults people all the time, the Today Show is not going to allow them to come on the Today Show and try to portray anything that they're not. All I'm saying is that we know Iggy Azalea has achieved summer stardom, as it were, because instead of doing what she's done in every interview, she's pretending that none of that exists anymore and just talking about her dead dog and the quirky name game. Yeah, I have a quirky name. What difference does it make? It's just fun. Me and my girlfriends do it. Josh in Jersey.
What's up, Sam Roberts?
How you doing?
Dude, how was that wrestling last night?
It was fun. It's fun.
I was the guy across the ring that yelled at you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I had fun at the TNA shows all week. I'm exhausted because I spent every night this week almost going to wrestling shows, but I can't say no to a wrestling show. I just can't. I might talk about that. We got a whole lot to get into here on Sam Roberts' Friday show. DJ Whoo Kid is on his way up. Bert Kreischer coming in a few minutes, and the Stengel brothers will be here as well. All still to come when Sam Roberts' Friday show returns.
Sam Roberts' Friday show. We'll be right back. Sam Roberts' Friday show is back.
Gotta get to work. That's right. Yes. Come on. My name is Willie. I keep the ladies screaming, and all my fans got screaming. You can defeat me. You're dreaming. Little motherfucker talk.
Yeah, you're dreaming. Welcome back to Sam Roberts' Friday show. That's what I play for motivation. When I'm not feeling up to snuff, I go, yeah, you know what my name is? My name is Willie. I swear to God, something, I don't know what, here's what happened. I was hearing about Mike Tyson wanting to put Jamie Foxx in his movie and to play Mike. And they were talking about Jamie Foxx having to bulk up. So I started Google imaging photos of Jamie Foxx when he played Tukey Williams to see what Jamie Foxx looked like when he was bulked up. And immediately I saw a picture of Willie Beeman. I think that was on Tuesday. From that day on, I can't stop singing the Willie Beeman song. From Any Given Sunday. It's like the best. Look, I'm not a big football fan, but I love a good football movie. And that is a good fucking football movie. Mainly because of Willie Beeman. And because of, what's his name? John C. McGinley, the sportscaster in Any Given Sunday. One of my favorite scenes in that movie is when he's got Willie Beeman on his Sports Center type show. And Willie Beeman is just talking in Ebonics, whatever. And everybody sucks his ass. And so John C. McGinley, the whitest white sportscaster ever, just looks at Willie and he goes, Willie, your smack is so fresh. It's the douchiest moment maybe in film history. I don't know. Very douchey. Let's go to Eric in New York. What's up, Eric?
Sam, right off the bat, I got to say that I'm not a big fan.
Well, then what are you listening for? I mean, that's why I put my name on the show.
Listen, but you're growing on me.
I don't need to grow on you. I'm not trying to win anyone over. The name that's why I put the name first. It's not even like confusing. Oh, I just saw Friday's show and I decided to tune in. I put my name right on the marquee to make sure that everybody knows this is what you're getting for the next few hours.
I realize that, but you have to be motivated. You know, what puts what puts asses in the seats is, ratings and that's your job.
Eric in New York. This is a subscription-based model. I could be talking to two people, and it don't make a difference. As long as nobody's unsubscribing because of me, I'm straight.
All right. The reason why I called is because of, you know why I called, because to mention Bob Saget, he's like the dirtiest comic ever, right? And he ended up on Full House. Right,
and that's what we were talking about earlier with Iggy. But the difference is Bob Saget was playing a role, like he was hired to act and to perform. That's like saying, what, Jamie Foxx, he doesn't play football. His name isn't Willie Beeman. I don't think he makes the girls stay creaming. I don't know anything about that. Well, it's because he's playing he's playing a role as an actor. That's different than going on a TV show and completely flipping the script. Speaking of actors and movies, of course, everybody's talking about this big movie weekend. It's Ninja Turtles versus Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, everywhere that I've turned, everybody's saying this Guardians of the Galaxy movie is the greatest movie there's ever been. Travis, you saw Guardians?
I can't wait to see it again.
You're going to watch it twice.
We were just talking, my wife and I, last night. I was like, I kind of want to see Guardians again. She's like, I kind of do too. I'm like, well, let's go see it again.
See, I made the choice, and I tweeted it over the weekend. I went to see the Boyhood movie, instead of Guardians last weekend. And that's a very she frilly, hipster choice to make. I realize that. But it's something I wanted to see. A lot of people, this was one argument that I couldn't beat. People were tweeting me going, you could watch Boyhood on a tablet. Guardians of the Galaxy is something you need to see on IMAX.
Yeah, I would totally go see it in IMAX 3D.
Boyhood? Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Man,
what we're talking about, right?
Look at Ethan Hawke's nose in 3D. This is amazing. Wow, look at him. He's really driving that beat-up Toyota. But the Boyhood is the movie that a lot of people have been talking about. Ethan Hawke and Patricia Arquette are the stars, and they filmed it over 12 or 14 years. And you watch this kid who they hired when he was 6 go through all the phases of life, and you actually get to watch him grow. I think it's a big achievement in film. I just don't know. I like every superhero movie. All the superhero movies I see, I enjoy. All the Marvel, the Avengers was great. All the Iron Mans are awesome.
Better than all of those.
The Captain Americas. But it seems like it'll just be more of the same. How is it not more of the same?
Because it's just better. It's a well-rounded, nearly perfect movie experience.
Nearly perfect?
Yes.
Like you're sitting there and telling me that this is one of your favorite movies.
Yeah.
Like, is it like as good as Casino?
That's different. I mean, yeah.
What?
I mean, in its own way.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
In its own way.
Wow.
It is. You're never sitting in the movie theater thinking, "Oh, how much time is left?"
And is it a long movie?
2 hours.
Okay, so it's an average length, but
yeah,
it speeds by.
Speeds by.
Oh,
it's funny. It's the effects are great.
Yeah.
The plot's good.
I don't think I'm going to see that Ninja Turtles movie.
No.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody is.
I never try to discourage my daughter from seeing something.
And your daughter's how old?
She's 5.
Right.
So it's like, all right, I'll take her to go see whatever. Like
Right.
we went to go see Freebirds last year, and that was a piece of shit. But she wanted to go see it. It was some cartoon movie.
Okay.
But she keeps talking about how she wants to go see Ninja Turtles. I'm like, I hear it's really bad.
You told her that?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think it's going to be that good. We shouldn't go see it.
Well, the Rotten Tomatoes have not been kind to it.
Nobody's been kind to it.
The system, yeah. Megan Fox, even the casting of Megan Fox as April O'Neil. I'm happy to see Megan Fox in any movie because she's hot. But April O'Neil is not supposed to just ooze sex appeal. I don't think DJ Whoo Kid's just walking in here. What's up, buddy?
Oh man.
Yeah. You're not doing much for your culture showing up an hour late, but
Fuck, I'm repping them the right way.
I know you are. We were just. What's up?
Now my uncle, he had an issue. I don't know.
What's your uncle's issue?
I don't know if I could talk about that on radio though.
What? Nobody's listening.
It's kind of personal.
Yeah?
He caught his daughter using a dildo.
No.
I don't know what he wants me to do.
How old's his daughter?
I think she's about to turn 12, so she's 11. I don't know what she got the dildo for.
You mean to tell me?
Huh?
Your uncle. The reason you're a bit tardy today.
No, I was stuck in LIE. I kind of miscalculated.
I got you. But what's going on in your mind right now? You're a little stressed.
Just got the call, like literally 5 minutes before I got here.
Did your uncle call your 11-year-old niece?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I don't know if we can talk about that.
She's like 12, but I mean it's a family thing, so it's not like it's perverted, right?
No, I mean it's something that. Oh, that's bad, Whoo Kid. I mean, what do you do? Has he had the sex talk with her?
I don't know. I mean, he was just he was bugged out. He walked in and then
he must have taken it back. I mean, they say girls mature much faster than boys, but
I mean, she just got some boobs, but I don't look at her.
That's not. Yeah, you shouldn't. I mean, that's a very incorrect thing to do.
Fucking rude.
It's very rude. That's the problem with it, Whoo Kid.
No, I'm not in Europe.
It's rude. Yeah, maybe in Europe you could get away with stuff like that, but not here in the States.
You could fuck a kid in Europe.
Is that right?
They do it at the Vatican.
I didn't know that. I don't think that's true, but I've never been to the Vatican. You're a more worldly guy than me. So what is your uncle going to do?
Well, I told him I had to do your show, so I told him to go fuck off real quick.
Yeah, I'll get back to you in a couple hours.
Sam Roberts is a little more important than, a dildo with your 12-year-old girl's pussy.
Because you know what? The 12-year-old and the dildo are both going to be there after the show.
That's what I'm saying.
The show exists. It's a constrained period of time.
Both not going anywhere.
Right. So
wet pussy.
Well, and are you thinking about what you're going to advise him to do? I was just giving the callers advice before you got here about sex and regrets and things like that. Like, what are you going to...
I mean, the problem is I have 2 sons, so I don't have a daughter, so I don't know how to connect.
Me neither. I don't know how you would do that.
Yeah.
You could tell her... I mean, I guess you just have to explain the birds and the bees and the...
I never caught my son whacking off, so I can't connect.
But he does. He's 14, isn't he?
I mean, I didn't ask him.
I'm sure. Well, when did you start whacking off?
I think when I was 18 or 17.
You were a late bloomer, though.
Yeah, back then girls had no boobs. Everybody was flat chested back then. No one was getting sex in the 80s and 70s.
But they jacked the chicken up with hormones. And so now every kid, they go home, they have their grilled chicken, and they get all sexed up.
Maybe this thing called watermelon came into the community and just...
Is that what it was? The watermelon sexed everybody up?
And gentrified the booties.
I don't think that you're using either of those two words correctly. What I wanted to tell you was, we were talking about, of course, because Guardians of the Galaxy made you famous this week.
I know. God damn, what the fuck is wrong with white people, man?
With the Chris Pratt video.
2 million views.
Amazing. Did you get upset that somebody, because Whoo Kid, for those that don't know, had Chris Pratt on his show last weekend, Chris Pratt, the star of Guardians of the Galaxy, and he had Chris Pratt, he was just asking him, like, every interview I've ever been in with
Very
you.
Very organic, too. It wasn't even a setup or nothing.
No, every interview that I've been in with you, you go, yo, can you spit a verse?
Yeah.
And almost every time people say, like, no, I'm an actor in a movie. Like, what do you mean spit a verse?
Fuck
I'm not.
Or they say, like, fuck out of here.
They say something like that. The fuck are you talking
we
about?
edited it, though.
Right, you edited that part out. But Chris Pratt said yes. And he rapped the full verse of Forgot About Dre.
We actually dared him, because when an actor or actress say yeah, they know this certain song, sometimes they think we're not going to, like, attack him to do it live on air.
But you are.
But we actually dared him, and he just, like, blew us away.
Right.
Like, we were all gay.
Tell me the truth. When we played Stronger a couple weeks ago as a rejoiner, you said that's one of the whitest rap songs ever.
It is, man.
I mean, all credit to Chris Pratt. He did the verse perfectly.
Yo,
he sounded perfect. But tell me the truth. Every white person knows every word to that verse, right?
That's one, yeah.
That's one of those songs.
But I was expecting like a couple bars, not the whole damn verse.
He did the whole verse. He didn't censor himself.
And he sounded like him, because you see they put the beat under it now.
Mm-hmm.
So he did it perfectly.
Well, I was gonna say somebody did take your video and put the music under it.
I liked it though. That's hot.
You don't mind them taking your hits?
I don't mind. Yeah.
See, that's what you got to do, because you know what? It's exposure.
I'm a real nigga. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, Whoo Kid. But we're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. Did you see that movie?
I'm gonna see it Sunday with my 2 kids.
Well, that's what I was saying. There's no way.
But I'm not gonna see that shit.
But you're gonna skip Ninja Turtles, right?
Nah, I ain't fucking with that shit.
No, nobody is.
I can't see myself like an adult, like sitting there watching a rat be a boss.
And
then there's like turtles with swords, like going hard. I mean, when I was a kid, we were stupid.
Isn't that a weird thing, though? We are totally fine with the idea of going to a movie and watching some superheroes in outer space hang out with a tree man and Batista and the guy from Parks and Recreation.
And a raccoon.
And a raccoon who shoots big guns. And we're like, yeah, that's fine, but I'm not going to fuck with any turtles. That's kid shit. That's ridiculous.
Because, back then we were extremely stupid.
Well, that's what I was... Remember
when did the first Mutant Turtles came out?
88?
Yeah, so we were like extremely dumb at that time. Our
the
DNA
dumbest.
didn't come into, it was very wet. Our brains were wet.
But since you said dumb, Eric saw Ninja Turtles and he wore the band.
Wait.
No, he did not.
Roland just walked in here.
Yes.
Fuck out of here.
You're telling me Eric Nagel saw Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, but he wore that, what's the band they wear around their eyes?
Like the mask?
He wore that while he was watching the movie.
Why did he do that?
He took a selfie of himself.
Why'd he do that?
Because he's a Ninja Turtle.
I mean, I get maybe...
He's a Donatello.
Donatello.
I hit that motherfucker with a pizza.
Roland, you just get your shots in, don't you?
Eric's not here to protect himself.
That's what Roland's coming in. That's why Roland's coming to the table.
Yeah, his power is when he eats nachos.
God damn you, Roland.
It's the back of his card.
Take a walk. Woo!
Roland's fucked up because he's not here to kill,
No, he's not.
That, you know what I mean?
So Guardians of the Galaxy's taking this weekend again.
They should.
Who's going to watch Ninja? Is anybody you know watching that movie?
When it first came out, it was incredible. It was like, something that came out of nowhere, like
right,
Ninja Turtles.
Plus we're kids and we're going like, yeah, that's hot shit. It's a cartoon.
But a certain individual called Vanilla Ice fucked my whole life up with his stupid ninja
rap.
That made me hate the movie.
It did?
Yeah.
Even at the time? Because at the time, that was a cool song.
I hated everybody.
All right, well, I mean,
that movie.
You were older than me, but when I first saw that, I was like, yeah, I think that's the first time as a white man, I was like, yeah, I think I'm into rap. I think I like rap music.
Ninja Turtle rap?
Yeah, when Vanilla Ice came on, I was like, yeah, I think yeah, this is what I was into.
Go.
Cannot be serious.
You don't like this? The scratching? And all the Ninja Turtles are in the club? They're in the club, fighting.
There's a rat.
Yeah,
in the movie.
Yeah. He's in the club too.
Why is that always a blonde chick?
Well, this time it's Megan Fox.
Damn, they fired her from Transformers. This is what she got. What a bum bitch. She got a nice pussy, though.
Have you seen her pussy?
What? Who has it?
I haven't.
Saw that shit.
Is this putting you in a bad mood?
It's just making me weird. I mean, I just found out my 12-year-old, niece got a fucking dildo.
Now you're listening to Ninja Rap.
And now I'm into this shit. I so hate this song.
Go ninja, go! Go ninja, go ninja, go! Go ninja, go ninja, go!
You're making people angry right now.
I can't believe that Vanilla Ice had integrity left. Like, he's still... Even after Ice Ice Baby, it was like, yeah, he's still cool. And he came out with this and was still able to get away with it for a little while longer. Because this was a hit song.
If you look up Sellout in the dictionary, you see Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, right there.
Right there. That's ridiculous.
Because isn't there a rap song associated with the new Ninja Turtles movie?
Wiz Khalifa just did one, but he dissed Wiz Khalifa, saying
Vanilla Ice dissed him?
It's a little dry, yeah. It's all over the media.
Well, because Wiz Khalifa didn't he said, yeah, I'll do a song for your movie, but he wasn't like, I'm going to rap about Ninja Turtles the whole time. He was like, no, we'll do a rap song, and you can put it in the movie, but it's not going to be about how great the Turtles are. The chorus isn't going to be Go Ninja.
You put Juicy J on that song.
Yeah.
And Juicy J is pop now because of Katy Perry.
Right. Well, we were talking about, before you got here, we were talking about Iggy Azalea, and I said she was going to become the artist of the summer.
She's hot.
And it was obvious that she has, because she went on the Today Show, and instead of talking about, what does Iggy Azalea always talk about?
Her dripping pussy.
Exactly. Her dripping pussy. She talks about dick. She talks about murdering people. All this stuff. She went on the Today Show and just talked about nicknames and her dog. And it was like, what happened?
About her pussy.
The Illuminati got her. She's the song of the summer chick now.
I love her. She's hot, though.
Yeah, she's very, very hot.
She got a big butt.
So there's no doubt. Yeah, let's play a minute of this song, because this is the new Vanilla Ice song. This is the new Ninja Rap.
Can I be serious? Was it Tiesto remix?
Yeah, this is all too much for me. I'm not going to listen to any of it, actually. It's all right. It's enough. It's enough.
Tiesto got on that?
But yeah, so, I mean, I don't see the Ninja Turtles doing much. But what I did see when I was looking up movie stuff was every headline today is going, Saved by the Bell made-for-TV movie trailer reveals tension behind the set.
What?
And you go, what? Zach Morris didn't like AC Slater? And it has everybody going nuts. And they send you to this link, because I guess Lifetime is doing a Saved by the Bell made-for-TV movie.
Oh, God.
The newspaper literally said, trailer reveals tension behind the set. That's to say that this movie is like, wow, look at what it reveals. Not, wow, this is probably something somebody made up. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty obvious just based on the trailer.
They need to bury that whole
Saved by the Bell thing.
Yeah, get out of here.
They are. I mean, people are going to watch this movie. I'm going to watch this movie. I want to know what happened behind the scenes, even if it's made up. It says in big letters, unauthorized Saved by the Bell movie. It's like, wait a minute. Did you really make a movie based on Screech's book? Did you really read Screech's tell-all, where he talks about how he fucked everybody and he's got the biggest dick ever? That's Screech's book.
No way.
And you wrote a movie based on that. That's the inside scoop.
He had a sex tape too, right?
Yes, he had a sex tape. He was proud of it for a while. Screech. Listen to a minute of this trailer that Lifetime just put out for their movie. So everybody's on set. All the Saved by the Bell kids. And by the way, every actor in this movie, especially the dudes, they're like these teenagers, but they're wearing the worst early 90s wigs because they're trying to get that Zach Morris bouffant comb over.
They couldn't get it.
No, and AC Slater's Jerry curl.
Oh, my Lord.
And Screech's weird pseudo Sam Roberts afro.
That shit was wet, that curl.
Yeah, it was wet.
I couldn't even copy that. I had Jerry curls too, but I couldn't copy.
Were you trying to copy AC Slater? Is that why you had it?
Yeah, that shit was wet.
Let your soul glow?
I mean, it's dirty my top of my collar, but
that's why nobody.
Let's not talk about my
That's
shit.
why chicks wouldn't have sex with you. They wouldn't have sex with me either. I understand, Whoo Kid. We were
You
both.
probably had sex before me.
Well, you said you were 18 when you lost it, right?
Well, going to 19.
Okay. Yeah, I probably lost my virginity like a few months before you did. But not.
I definitely fucked more bitches than you.
Yeah, you made up for lost time. That's for goddamn sure. Let's listen to
Don't get it twisted.
Right, yeah. You're like, you realized your mistakes and corrected them swiftly. Did you not?
Hell fucking yeah.
Yes, I'm still working on mine. I'm still a big fucking dork. But, so all the kids are all lined up, and this is a Saved by the Bell photo shoot, and their AC Slater actor, in the middle of the photo shoot, just has to drop down and start doing push-ups. And Screech walks over next to him and feels like he needs to start doing push-ups too. And that's where the trailer picks up.
Come on in.
You're just a prick.
Dustin.
That's Screech. That's how you know, by the way, that this is coming from Screech's memoir. Because he doesn't have a screechy voice. He's got this like, hey man, you're such a prick. And he's like, you think Screech ever looked at AC Slater?
Hell no.
You're such a prick, man. You want to fucking fight? I'm Dustin Diamond. I'm not Screech off the screen.
You're doing so good, man.
Dustin. Language.
You want to say that to my face? Oh, is that supposed to scare me? Because it doesn't.
Do you like the Belle Biv DeVoe soundtrack that's going on?
I know.
Just so everyone knows, this is the early 90s. They were.
White people were tough back then. Huh?
Yeah, super tough,
like extra tough.
Yeah,
right? Like the words like you guys choose. I would laugh if you came up to me with that shit.
So you're a fucking prick, Whoo Kid.
I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and then he goes, you want to say it to my face, and it's like, he just did. Like you guys were standing right next to each other when he said it.
Is it written for TV at that time? Was it written like a certain way, like so, like young teenagers beef with each other in that way? That's how your high school was.
I don't know. No, not mine. But
was your high school like that when they bullied you? And
well,
stuff
here's
like
the thing. I went to a very urban high school.
Get the fuck out of here.
Plus, I mean, I'm a lot younger than these idiots. Like this is like I wasn't in high school and people were listening to Belle Biv DeVoe.
Get the fuck out of here,
like,
son.
I was still in high school when Limp Bizkit was hot.
Yeah, I like Limp Bizkit.
Right, everybody did for a second. And then, I mean, for a hot second. But yeah, I mean, I went to a very urban high school, so I wasn't up on the white lingo.
Was it like one black kid in each class?
For me?
Yeah.
There's like 4 white kids in each class, and that was it.
Nah.
Yeah, it was a very black Hispanic high school.
You were poor.
Well, here's a little more from the trailer and Screech getting all tough.
All right.
Why, did the white kids talk like this in your high school?
I don't remember that.
No.
We were like, it was racist, so I don't remember any talking.
They didn't talk to you?
No, because I was black.
No.
Oh, is that supposed to scare me? Because it doesn't. Shut up.
Just call me a prick.
Enough.
Take him down,
guys. Come on. See those characters.
Guys, enough. Like, you're right, Whoo Kid. Nobody ever talked like this.
Oh, gross. You're sweating.
Come on, guys. Smile.
I'm asking you to kneel down and pray.
Smile.
All you have to do is kneel and pray.
Guys, big smile.
Well, the network didn't kill us. The hormones might.
Ugh. You think anybody had a tagline like that on the photo shoot? Well, if the network doesn't kill us, the hormones will. Do people just, behind the scenes, talk in movie posters?
Who does that?
No one. This is obvious. This is the worst written trailer for a movie ever. And it's so obvious. Like, how is Screech the tough guy? You think anybody's telling of the story except for Screech has Screech doing push-ups with AC Slater and then standing up to him?
Come on, man.
It didn't happen. I want to get Mario Lopez in here and get the skinny on what's going on with this.
I don't like him either.
Who, Mario Lopez?
Yeah, he looks like a sucker.
Like a suck-up or a sucker?
Like a sucker.
Yeah, sucker. I didn't know. That's a word I didn't know people still use.
I think I could beat him up.
Mario Lopez?
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a guy who plays basketball, football, wrestles, and runs track.
But then his hair is wet.
But his hair is wet. His hair is very wet.
Always wet.
But you try to lock him in a headlock. He's going to Jerry curl slide out of it.
Yeah, he might slide out from under my arms. Like
exactly. He just grease himself right out.
What is he, Spanish? I don't understand what he is.
I think he's Hispanic.
Is he?
I think so. Well, his last name's Lopez. Of course he's Hispanic.
Oh, I thought he changed his last name for movie and TV.
Maybe he was born AC Slater.
Maybe he's from Tahiti.
Yeah. Well, listen. I want to get Bert Kreischer in here. There's a lot we have to do. Let's take a quick break.
Okay.
Then we're going to have Bert Kreischer in here. The Stengel brothers. Still a lot to come today on Sam Roberts Friday Show.
Can some people call up and help my uncle with the...
Yeah, and if you want to call up...
On break, I'll just talk to some people. Maybe they could help me With my uncle.
Because what you're going to do, I mean, who gets distracted? His uncle apparently walked in on his 12-year-old niece.
Yeah, with her legs open with a dildo.
With a dildo. I mean, I don't know how deep I want to get into this topic.
You want to know how deep the dildo was?
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh.
But if you do have advice for Whoo Kid, the phone number is 866-WOW1WOW. That's 866-969-1969. We'll be right back with more Sam Roberts Friday Show.
Sam Roberts Friday Show will be right back. Right back. Right back. Sam Roberts Friday Show is back.
Yeah, Spider-Man and freezing full effect.
You ready, Ron?
I'm ready.
You ready, Bill?
I'm ready, Slick. Are you?
Oh yeah, take it down. Girl, I must warn you.
This does make everything seem a little bit cooler. Welcome back.
Is that Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah, it is. To Sam Roberts Friday Show.
God dang it. That's not on my feed and Twitter or on look at that.
Call us now, 866-WOW1WOW, 866-969-1969. Bert Kreischer has arrived. How are you, Bert?
I'm good. Where did you get that? Floyd Mayweather's getting bathed.
Well, there's an Instagram. It's off Floyd Mayweather's Instagram, and it's been going everywhere. He put out an Instagram video of getting a sponge bath, and he said, "This is what I do every morning." And it's just some chick sponge bathing Floyd Mayweather with like sweet, sweet R&B on in the background.
Yeah.
Look, but if your back was that muscular, look at how good. Like my back, all my fat in my body collects in my back. like my lower back is the shittiest lower back I've ever seen.
I have a good back.
You do?
I have a really good back.
You're happy with your back?
I am. I'm really happy with my back. My front's not a big, strong selling point of my body.
But you embrace it.
I embrace my front hardcore. Hardcore. I just took an Instagram of me hitting a golf ball in Palm Springs like Happy Gilmore, but I took my shirt off at the golf course. My dad was so fucking pissed.
Was he there with you?
No.
You're embarrassing me, son.
But my dad's old school about when I go play golf with my dad, he's like, "Hey, tuck your shirt in." I'm like, I'm 41. I'm okay. No, buddy. I'd have a problem if your shirt wasn't tucked in. Tuck your fucking shirt in. Wait. Get back to what you're saying about Facebook.
Well, no, I'll get to that in a minute. But I was going to say, I want to talk about because I think it's okay because when you embrace the fact that you have a belly going in the front, there's something manly about it because you get the hairy chest, you got a man gut. When you just have a fat back. There's nothing manly about it. Like, no matter what pants I wear.
Mark Lazzara. Find him on Facebook. Mark Lazzara. We used to call him Daddy Fatbacks.
No.
Because his back was disgusting. I mean, he had like tits on his back, like love handles that were like aggressive. I mean, aggressive. Like, when you see like the chicks where it's like their butt touches their shoulders?
Yeah.
It looked like that. He's a real guy. You can find him on Facebook.
But see, my problem is I have no ass. So, like, I don't have a bubble butt.
You don't have an ass?
No.
I don't really have much of an ass. I just have a crack in a hole.
Yeah, that's it. Like, it's just like my thighs just kind of go straight up, and there's a crack and an anus in between them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no matter what pants I wear, little pockets of fat just collect above it. And I think my wife pretends, not to notice because she never says anything. But
I have amazing legs. I have amazing legs.
You do?
If I'm not even shitting you, if you shave my legs. If you shave my legs and you had me and my wife in bed and you just saw our feet and our legs, I guarantee you 9 dudes out of 10 would be like, give me the one with the fucking...
Are you wearing shorts?
No, but I will show you.
Can you show me a little bit?
I take my pants
off.
off.
What the hell did I walk into?
I mean, if you want, you could roll them up, but you can take them off if you feel more comfortable.
Just take a look at this leg.
Let me see.
I ain't go front.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'm not gay, but he got some sexy legs.
He does, right? There's something very feminine.
Very feminine.
About your legs. You can see, I mean, they're hairy now, but
if you
they're
shaved
not.
them?
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah, no sun marks. My wife's got sunspots on her legs. Just fucking saddlebags.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, like.
And so that you have an even skin tone throughout?
Very.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. My feet, I'm very obsessed about this. My feet are as tan as my legs. That's really important.
Wow. You don't have the thong mark, the
Hold
sandal
on.
thong
Let
mark?
me tell you my theories on life, okay?
Yeah.
This is my Ernest Hemingway theory on life.
Yeah.
If you want to put out a vibe that you are a relaxed human being, your feet better be the same color as your fucking legs.
You don't bother. You walk around in bare feet.
I don't give a fuck.
You're relaxing, dude.
I'm fucking tie shoes. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Michael Jackson wasn't relaxed.
Yeah,
his legs not the same color as the top.
Every color of his body was a different color. He was stressed the fuck out.
Why be screaming all the time?
No wonder he couldn't sleep.
I'm kind of obsessed now. I watched the Liberace movie last night, and
Was it the first time?
Yes.
What?
they're butt fucking on a plane. I'm in a plane, and they're butt fucking doing poppers. And I'm like, this can't be appropriate.
What were you watching on a laptop or a tablet?
I bring a flat screen with me.
Yeah, in first class.
I tweeted out.
They show that in Lifetime now. Like you could show
That's HBO.
That's HBO. Yeah.
HBO. You could do poppers and butt fuck on
There's
HBO.
nudity.
Yeah.
Like you see Matt Damon's butt. Can you Google Matt Damon's butt in Liberace? Matt Damon's butt is beautiful because he's got a thong tan line.
You like the thong tan line?
Now that's my next goal. I want that thong tan line just so that if people see me naked in the locker room, they're like, "Wait, I didn't see that coming."
Yeah, you're like, this dude truly does not give a fuck.
Take a look. Take a look.
That's a Matt Damon.
Oh my God.
That's how committed to the role he was. Matt Damon actually went to a tanning booth and got a thong tan line for the Liberace movie.
It's like the butt ultimatum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was hardcore. And the dude next to me was watching Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. My favorite thing about rednecks is some rednecks don't read. A lot of them don't. But one of my wife's friends, we were down in my wife's from Alabama, and they were like, "Come here," and they're like, "I gotta meet the boy. Hey, Brick, get over here." And I said, "Brick is a strong name." He's like, "Yeah, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof." And I looked at Leanne and I was like, "They know he was gay, right?" Brick and Hot and a Cat, and the whole movie's about him being gay. They just like the name.
That's the Brokeback shit right there, son.
They have no idea.
Brokeback Mountain.
No fucking idea.
They just know there is a character in a Cat on a Hot Tin Roof named Brick.
And they'd be smart if they named their kid after it. Brick.
Right. That's a strong name, that Brick.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a red, strong name.
And he was a football hero, and he had hurt his leg playing football, and he had a drinking problem. And if you don't look into that movie, you may not understand that he's gay.
Right, but the fact of the matter is he was butt fucking with thong tan lines.
Yes.
That's
so
it.
the guy next to me is watching... The guys next to me is watching Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. I'm watching... I guarantee everyone knows they're a couple. I'm watching Liberace. He's watching Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. We're holding hands.
How much did Matt Damon get paid for that role?
I think he did it for the love of the game.
For the love of the booty.
Yeah, I don't know. He couldn't have gotten paid. He didn't get Born Ultimatum money for it.
No.
Yeah. You know,
that's like $20 million right there to fuck a guy on the screen.
No, not on HBO. What?
No,
HBO, you do it for like 10 G's.
And you're probably black guys wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
White guys will. It's
a badge of honor.
It's a badge of honor to play gay and make out with dudes.
I do it for 100 G's. You know what I mean?
You would?
Yeah, it's a buck.
Kiss a dude.
No, he said butt fuck. That's what he said.
By the way, I want that to be my ringtone. The excitingness you had, your hands in your lap, and you went, no, he said butt fuck.
And we can raise that money, Bert. We can get it. We can get it if we really try.
Kiss a dude, that's nothing, man. That's like 10 G's.
You do that for 10 G's.
10 G's.
I mean, if it's ET 3D, I'll do it. You know, I'll kiss a dude on there.
And then you'd go out and buy.
That'd be a big movie though. Like, I get a lot of press.
Yeah, and you'd buy some tacky jewelry with it, and you'd feel good about yourself.
If it ain't ET, I ain't doing it.
So then, do you also try to develop like a t-shirt tan to go with the fact that you like I have no tan lines on my feet?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Let me see. Take your shirt. Right, his t-shirt's
off.
Are
you kidding me? You think I have a t-shirt tan? Look at his body, dude. I use toner when I tan. I just use sunscreen with like an app, like it's got a hint of color to it.
Right. Let me send something out for Instagram. Bert Kreischer in studio right now here on Sam Roberts Friday Show. If you want to call 866 Wow 1 Wow 866.
This guy got a perfect body, man.
969-1969.
I got great color.
Hell yeah.
It's even throughout, right?
Yeah. This is why, I mean, you have found a way, even though just a minute ago you said your front is not so great, you just embrace everything that is Bert. That's part of what you do.
My new diet plan: tight jeans.
Those are really tight.
Yeah, because so now I'm uncomfortable. So when I go eat, if I start eating too much, I get really uncomfortable. So that's my diet program: tight jeans.
Does it work?
No.
All right, I'll just deal with it then.
I broke down in Chicago and bought a new pair of jeans. I was like, these are so uncomfortable, and I sweat.
It might explode, though.
Look at my buttons are holding on for dear life.
I know. And it doesn't look like you're wearing underwear, so this is trouble.
I'm not wearing underwear.
Because you don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
Don't prove it.
Don't prove it.
He doesn't. Let me get this photo ready right now. It's going up on Instagram at Instagram.com or whatever, Not Sam on Instagram, and Twitter.com/NotSam. So you don't have tan lines throughout your body anywhere?
No, I have like butt tan lines.
Good.
My butt's pretty white.
But is it tighty whities or is it shorts?
Shorts.
Okay.
Shorts.
All right.
And but
See,
I am the guy that will pull up my shorts when I lay out.
Well,
I lay out. Okay. Like laying out's a Tampa thing. Because growing up in Tampa, you lay out. And so I lay out because it's almost like meditating. You put on some music and you just kind of sit there and let the sun just bake you until you sweat. And then once you start sweating, that's when you're about to burn and you flip it over.
Right.
Here's the thing that you'll find with people from the north. I brought this up to a friend of mine. We were at the beach. You'll find that a lot of people just lay out in their front because that's what they see and they forget about their back. So it's like, have you ever seen a chick who puts on makeup on her face and then forgets to blend it into her neck?
It's a wrap.
And you're like,
oh, right. So her face is a total different tone and everything.
100% different tone. It's like she's wearing a mask.
Yeah.
And you're like,
She looks like one of those Japanese performers who has a pale face but then completely tan neck.
My mom puts makeup on her ears.
What's she doing?
I don't know.
Like inside her ears?
I have no fucking idea.
Is it sexy or is
No, but as a kid growing up, her makeup would be all over the phone. So you'd have I'm not even joking, like a chunk of makeup you could scrape off with a coin on the phones.
That's some new shit right there.
So, I mean, how much was she putting enough makeup on that she was changing her skin tone?
I don't know.
Like, was your mom walking around in blackface?
No.
And it would just be like, there's like coal on the phone. Like, what is this?
Ham bone, have you heard?
Nothing wrong with a little racism back
Like
there.
the first 10 years of your life, you thought you were interracial.
No, I don't know why mom. She has to put it on her ear because on our phones was makeup. To this day, if you use her cell phone, there's makeup caked on the top of it.
Wow. It's like cocaine on your phone.
Is it? What is that? How is that at all?
It's chalky. I never had cocaine, so I just saw it.
I guess so.
You never tried cocaine?
No, I never did.
Did you, Bert?
Me either, then, I guess.
Yeah, okay. Well, thought this was a cool show. Never mind.
Bring it up.
But that's it. If you really want people to know that you don't give a fuck, you have to develop your tan line so it's just a tighty-whitey tan line. So it's like people are under the impression that you walk around in the sun in tighty-whities and that's what you do with your life.
Let me tell you something. One of the biggest compliments I've ever gotten is I was getting ready to do Rachel Ray, and I was so tan because I'd just come back from from somewhere. I forget where I was, wherever Carnival is, Brazil.
Right.
Oh, wow.
One of the chicks that works at Rachel Ray. It's like the chick that I forget her name. I wish I knew it, but she's probably glad I'm not saying it right now. But she goes, she's black. She goes, "Damn, you got so much sun. You look Puerto Rican."
And you were like, "Yes,
I'm in." But I get a lot of, and now you ready for? Okay, now I'm taking it to the next level. And by the way, I think this is a black chick thing. I have these sunspots right here on my face, and they make me crazy. But it's from being in the sun so much.
Yeah.
So
because you're from Florida, and then you moved to L.A., so it's
and no one ever put sunscreen on me as a kid. Ever. I never once got sunscreen on me. Ever.
That's crazy.
I talked to somebody in my building the other day told me, like, he's always tan. And he goes, yeah, I never wear sunscreen. They say you get the cancer from the sunscreen.
They say that now.
Really?
Oh, yeah, hardcore.
So it's like the sun melting in the sunscreen is what's giving you cancer, not the sun?
Yeah, and now they have cancer-free sunscreen that you put on your kids' faces.
Why isn't all sunscreen cancer-free? That should just be sunscreen.
Just for your kid?
Like,
I
don't
guess
want
you can use
cancer
it
either.
too. But you couldn't use it. Well, I guess you don't need to, but...
Hell no, I'm a nigga.
I think that's what Bert was getting at, Whoo Kid. I think...
I didn't say it that way.
I think that was his point.
It was a lot cleaner, meant, right? It was a lot cleaner in my head.
It's weird how you could just
real
see
up here, son.
the same point can be made on both ends. But... Yeah, but no, you were saying...
but you watch the moms just spray their kids. That's just all over their faces and all over, and you know that can't be healthy.
Of course not.
But this is
and
what
their
I was gonna
mouths
say.
are open. Mom, why do
I almost had a stroke from laughing.
Who Kid uses that word a lot, so if it makes you laugh,
It's all good, man. It's some real shit.
So I found out that you put buttermilk on your face.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they told me about that too.
Yeah, but I think black chicks do it a lot.
Yeah.
I don't understand. You just pour it on. It's liquid.
No. What you do is take it. You take it. No, you take it in like a cotton swab, and you just dab it on your face. And
I'm so stupid. Like, I don't know how to properly apply buttermilk to my face. Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I'm just ignorant to the proper uses of buttermilk.
I'm laughing too hard. I need an asthma inhaler.
That's what happens here on the Friday show.
So you dab it on, and then you let it get hard for like 10 minutes, and then you wash it off. And I'm telling you, it started taking my sunspots away immediately. The problem is you got to find buttermilk. It's really hard to find buttermilk in
My
LA.
dad drinks buttermilk.
No, he doesn't.
That's what he does. We've gone over it on O&A before. No
one drinks buttermilk.
He does.
It's disgusting.
He's a carton of buttermilk in the fridge at all times.
You're wrong.
I'm not.
I'm promising you, you're wrong.
Dad,
no one drinks buttermilk.
Dad, if you're listening, call the show right now. Because Bert Kreischer is calling you a fucking liar, and I don't think you should be putting up with that if you're listening.
No one drinks it.
Do you have it twisted with that silk, whatever that silk?
He doesn't
milk?
drink silk. It's not almond milk.
It's wrong.
It's not
wrong.
silk.
Oh, I thought it was silk.
Because you know what he eats?
Shit.
No.
Sardine and onion sandwiches.
That's good.
Good.
That's good.
But you don't think that snack would be matched well with a glass of buttermilk?
You never lived in a fraternity house.
No, I didn't.
Because if you want to keep food around for late night snacking, you better find something no one wants to fucking eat. Sardines.
Wow.
Sardines. You get hot Coleman's mustard. Sardines and onions is really good.
But nobody's willing to try it.
No one, because they look at it and they're like, "Oh, are you kidding me?" And there's this sardine that's marinated in mustard that's really good too.
I like that too.
So you go out.
I got a better story than that. I had a meeting for Travel Channel one time, and someone was like, and I sometimes when you work at a network like that, you want to make sure everyone knows that you're a little more cultured than the guy you're seeing right here.
Sure.
So
which is hard to imagine.
Yeah.
So the guy who is worldly enough to know
and onions.
the buttermilk trick, he knows the sardine trick. Yeah. He'll take off his shirt in a moment's notice.
And so we're having lunch, and someone said, "Oh, I think I'll go with I probably want to go with the salad." And I was like, "Yeah, me too." That's, by the way, I'm thinking burger in my head, but I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go with the salad."
I was thinking the same thing.
Are you gonna get wine? Me either. Then me either. I don't do it. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I was just thinking because that's a bad idea. That's why I brought it up.
And they said, "What salad do you want?" And I was like, "Oh, I'll take the salad Nixois. I couldn't even say it. It's the one with it's a French word, but it's got like sardines on it. So the guy said, "You'll take that?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "You know, it has sardines on it." And I was like, "Well, I like sardines." And I was like, "I really love sardines. I used to eat sardines in college." And everyone's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." So I get the first sardine, and a sardine bone gets stuck in like
in the roof of your mouth?
In the roof of my mouth and on my tongue, and it is bowing. As I breathe, it goes, and I'm like, and I start losing my shit, and I start at the table, and I'm like, "I'll be right back."
Because you've never had actual sardines. You've had the cheap, shitty,
cheap sardines. I haven't had real sardines. I had the ones in the can.
Right.
And so
once you just open the can, shake off the liquid, and just kind of suck them down.
Yeah.
Right.
And so now I'm in the bathroom, and I'm literally gagging, just and I take toilet paper, and I trying to get this out of my throat because it's making me crazy. To this day, I won't put a sardine in my mouth now because of that one experience. And I'm gagging and throwing up violently trying to get this out of my mouth, and all of a sudden this guy just comes out of the stall like, "You okay?" I was like, "Oh, sorry."
You had to go to the bathroom and be like, "Excuse me for a minute."
One time I got off a plane from Ireland, fucking drunk, hammered. I had to shit so bad, and I had my hoodie on, I had my noise reduction headsets on, and I make a beeline to the bathroom, and I sit down in the toilet, and I rip it like I haven't ripped it before, like just,
It's just like an international shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then I start sweating, so I'm like, "Oh my God." And I take my hoodie off, and I take off one of the things, my headsets, and I realize I'm shitting in the women's room.
No fucking way.
I swear to God, I'm shitting. I walked in, just barreled in like a boxer, like Mike Tyson heading to the ring.
Yeah.
And I walked in and I just started shitting, and I hear women. I'm like, oh my God, I'm shitting. And I'm just ripping it in the women's room in Atlanta airport. And I'm like, how do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? So I just threw my hoodie back up and just barreled out like, I'm out. See you guys.
And you have to be like, you have to sit there on the toilet going, I can't grunt.
Yeah.
I can't make any noises.
Yeah.
How did you go to the women's room?
I just walked right in the women's room. You can do that. You can do that.
Yeah, I know you can, but didn't you go in and notice there were no urinals on the walls?
I walked right. I mean, I can tell you exactly how this woman's bathroom.
Take a shit.
Yeah, I walked right in, and it was straight. You know, how sometimes the bathroom it'll be all the business is to the side, but straight ahead is one stall. All the stalls are against the back wall.
Yeah.
You walk in and I see the one stall, and I went right to that one stall, and I just went in there and started shitting.
You just have this weird, almost childlike focus where it's just this is the mission right now.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever, you just have to tell you what the mission is. You'll accomplish it.
Yeah.
But it will be at the cost of everything else.
Yeah, possibly, possibly.
You could ruin everything, but that thing is getting done.
Oh, I was told, my first time in a subway, I was like, I gotta pee. And one of the guys was like, oh, there's the bathrooms right there, but it's where the conductor hangs out.
Here's the little conductor room.
And I was drunk. I was like, really? And they're like, yeah, knock on the door. Tell them to get out.
And did you do it?
Yeah.
You did.
I pissed on a cow fence when I was a kid, too.
Those are the electric fences, right?
It was during a baseball game. I was like, I gotta
that's
piss.
deadly right there.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy always taught me don't whiz on the electric fence.
What?
Coach Kent was like, Cecil Kent, his brother, was like, oh, go piss on the cow fence. It sparks up and the cows go taking off. It's hilarious. I was like, really? He goes, oh, yeah, it's hilarious.
You're so trusting and nice.
I was so trusting.
You're such a sweet man.
I pissed all over myself. As soon as you do it, your stream, as soon as it hits it, I can't even tell you the pain.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because so let me get you when you piss on an electric fence, the electric current travels through the stream back up towards you. So even though the stream is shooting out
into your dick,
into the inside of it, because the stream is also inside the shaft.
Yeah,
it's still a stream in there.
Yep.
So it's electrocuting the inside of your shaft.
So you can't have kids no more then?
No, I can have kids.
Believe it or not, Whoo Kid, semen that creates kids is not made in your penis. It's not made in the shaft. And babies, it's not in your belly. It's not. There's
the electricity went in his balls.
No, that's not what
it goes
piss
throughout
comes
your
from.
entire body, actually.
It does.
It feels very similar to being electrocuted as opposed to just getting shocked in the dick. I had a cattle prod put on my dick.
Why?
For real. And this chick just emailed me.
Right
I talked about it on Rogan's podcast. I did a show called Hurt Burt, and we did a dominatrix. And so they brought me in totally naked, totally naked, sat me in a steel obstetrician's desk table where your legs are spread out. They tied me into it, totally naked.
Yeah.
And then they take the blindfold off.
Do you have any clothes on?
Totally naked.
Wow.
He butt fucked.
Yeah. Really? He said he was naked, Whoo Kid. He said he was naked.
And they took my blindfold off, and there's a whole production set up with light panels and cameras on sticks, and and she's like, all right, today you're going to be my dominatrix gimp. And they took a cattle prod and shocked me in the balls and the dick and the taint.
So, but that's just you're feeling it in the individual areas.
No, it's not being electrocuted too.
So that's the whole body as well.
Yeah, and so I talked about it on Rogan, and some kid's like, he's a liar. Rogan told me, he's like, some guy got really upset and said you're lying. So I reached out to Mistress Isabella. I'm having her on my podcast next week.
Because people do, because you have so many stories.
Oh,
this is how you've lived your life. People assume you're lying.
Try to guess which of my stories is a lie. Okay. I fought a bear.
Mm-hmm.
I robbed a train in Russia with the Russian mafia.
Okay.
I thought Will Smith wanted to fuck me in the ass. I dated a girl for 3 dates before I realized she had cerebral palsy. And then traveled to Scotland with Patrice.
That sounds like a true story.
They're all true. They're all true.
I didn't know you fought a bear.
I fought a bear.
The other stories I think I knew.
Yeah, I fought a bear. That was Hurt Burt Hurt Burt's where I got the majority of my stories. I was mauled by a bull.
Was this show on television? Was it actually on?
Yeah, but it was up against no, they just didn't put any money behind it. They did 6 episodes. We did 6 episodes.
Burt,
Mistress Isabella. She's a real fucking person.
No, but it's about time you got called out on your bullshit, because there is somebody who wants to call you a liar. We have my dad on the phone.
Fuck.
Dad.
Everything that he said has been bullshit. Stories about Russians and mafia and robbing trains and all that bullshit. It's incredible.
No,
we should talk this over a cup of buttermilk.
You said the buttermilk thing, and you got him pissed
really
off.
drink buttermilk?
Absolutely.
Oh my God!
It smells sour though.
I'm sorry?
It smells sour, like it's rotten.
It's butter. It's milk after they make butter, for Christ's sake.
He's so passionate about buttermilk.
So wait.
By the way, Bert, you're not crazy. I've been around buttermilk a lot. Obviously, he always has it. It smells and looks sour.
Yeah, it smells and looks sour. I put it on my face.
Well,
I put it everywhere but my mouth.
I'll tell you what. So you bought into the sardine sandwiches.
Yeah.
Next time you have a sardine and onion sandwich, try a glass of buttermilk. And that's all. Just take one. It's got to be cold, and don't smell it if it makes you gag. If you're a child and it makes you gag, don't smell it. But just take a drink of it, and you tell me then that nobody drinks buttermilk.
Oh, no, but I have cholesterol issues. Is that? I can't imagine that's good for cholesterol.
There's no butter fat left in buttermilk. It's leftover. The butter is out of it.
That's true. Okay, so yeah, because the butter is the bad part, and that's taken out for butter.
Exactly.
The milk is what's left over, so the milk has to be a great thing for you.
It's great.
My dad's a man of a certain age. He's still obviously kicking and boisterous.
Absolutely.
All right, I will try. I'll tell you what. I have a buttermilk in my fridge at home. On Monday when I get home, I'm having a big, tall glass of buttermilk.
Will you call the show next week?
I'm calling the show.
Wait, are you going to be in L.A. next weekend?
I'm in Atlanta next weekend.
Okay, so you have to call the show.
Yeah, I'll call the show. I will have a glass of buttermilk, and I will wait and save it till I'm on air, and I'll call and go. I'm ready to have a glass of buttermilk.
Yeah.
Okay, but don't just go with a virgin glass of buttermilk, for crying out loud. It's got to be with something. Nobody in their right mind sits down and says, hey, I think I feel like I'll have a glass of buttermilk.
But most people in their right mind don't have a glass of buttermilk with anything either. I mean, most people in their right mind don't eat sardine sandwiches.
I'm not a sommelier, but I'd imagine buttermilk's not paired well with sardines and onions.
That's only you modern-day gits that don't like it.
Yeah, gits. And what did you think of Bert when he was saying that that he was trying to appear cultured, but he couldn't handle eating a sardine with bones in it?
First, if you know anything, sardines, you eat the bones and all. You eat the head, you eat the tail, you eat everything.
You eat, so if there's a bone in it, you just, bite it in half? Is it soft?
They're little bones, sardine. How big is a sardine, for crying out loud?
I got a really big bone in my sardine.
Well, then you're eating the wrong sardines. Maybe you were eating something else. I don't know.
It was over on 24th.
What's that mean?
Well, there are
Let's go
big
check
bones.
it out.
It was a good restaurant, and I love that you're still Googling Mistress Isabella's website.
All right, so you after all these stories that you've had, you fought a bear.
You've
robbed a train
in Russia.
You've dated a girl with cerebral palsy by mistake. You've never tried buttermilk.
I've put it all over my face.
Right.
That's it.
But never in your mouth.
No.
First, putting buttermilk on your face is really stupid. That's really dumb.
I bet your lips are so soft.
I mean, it's like people that want a girl to piss on them or something. What is it? That's crazy.
Doesn't make any sense, does it, Dad?
Doesn't make any sense.
No, these people these days, I don't understand what happened. Do you?
Get your dog. Get your dog to piss on your ankle.
All right, Dad. Thanks for the call.
See you, Sammy.
All right, bye.
See you, Sammy.
There's one thing. There's one thing that's right.
Ashley Renee.
You didn't bring up the Will Smith thing.
Well, I mean, there's so much. The Will Smith thing is another famous story. You don't know this one?
That's definitely true.
See, Bert, I'm glad that you're here because most people cannot match Whoo Kid on a story-to-story basis. Because Whoo Kid's another one of these guys that's got a story about everyone, that's experienced everything. But you don't know the Will Smith story?
No.
Tell Whoo Kid at what point
Is that Ashley Renee?
Did Will
That's
Smith?
my chick. She got me turned on to that chick too.
Did Ashley Renee electrify your balls?
No, but I think she was there that day. But she sent me a bunch of videos of her. I don't know. I'll talk about it on my podcast next week.
There you go.
Will Smith.
By the way, the podcast is at bertcast.com.
Yep.
There you go. That's where you get it from.
Yeah.
So talk to Whoo Kid about Will Smith.
I was when I was young. I worked down at the club called the Boston Comedy Club, and his people discovered me, and they said, "Will would like you. I think we do a television deal." I was like, "Really?" So yeah, why don't you meet him?
And this is based on your stand-up.
Based on my stand-up, I only did like 7 minutes. Most of it was about taking acid and going to Disneyland and And it was a lot. It was like I think it was. I would guess it was like subtle racial jokes, but like it was like me and Dimitri Martin one time got on a train. Dimitri Martin is, you know who he is?
Yeah.
We got on a train going uptown, and it was the express. It wasn't the local. And as we stepped on, it was all black dudes. Yeah. And I grew up in the South. South was very, especially South was very segregated. It just was. And so as I walked on, I saw all the black guys on the train, and I didn't realize what I was doing. But I went, "Oh, this isn't our train." And Dimitri's like, "What?" I go, "They're clearly going. We're not going where they're going."
Right, yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, and Dimitri's like, "No, we are." And I go, "No, I don't think so." And he's like, "Get on the train," because now I'm looking like I'm being racist. I was like, "Oh, that's not what I'm saying." But then I got down, and it was like all black dudes from New York who were like, now it was like they were like looking at us because we were the two white guys that had a hard time getting on. And is that Stephen A. Smith?
No, it's our other pal. No, go on with what you were saying.
And so the train, as the train's going, I realize it's the express, and I tell Dimitri, I go, "I'm going to get off on the next stop." And he's like, "No, that's not our stop." I go, "I don't care.
I can't be here right now."
I go, "We're going to end up real far in Harlem or something." And he's like, "No, you're sounding like you're being racist." I go, "No, I'm not. I'm just saying." It's like 11 at night, and we're on a train with like 80 black dudes and us. And Dimitri's like, he's like, "I'm not getting off." And I was like, "Fine." So I get off on the next stop, and then before the train took off again, I stuck my head in the car, looked at him, and he's like, "I'm staying." And I was like, "All right, I'll see you at the rally on Thursday. White power, my brother." And so, but that was one of the jokes. So that was one of the jokes I told, and Will liked it.
Yeah.
And Will liked it, and he thought it was funny, and he liked a lot of like what I was doing. So he said, "Hey," I went up to the studio, and I met him. And I'm trying to make the long story very short.
And when was this? What year?
Is right when he was doing Millennium. So 99.
Shit.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was like...
Is that the album Miami was on?
Yeah.
Bienvenido a Miami. That's big.
Culture. So
and this is the guy you're meeting with.
I'm meeting him.
Yes.
And there's two... It's called like the Hit Factory or something up on the Upper West Side.
Yeah, I know
so there's two folding chairs in the center of a dance studio, and they're like, "Go take a seat. Mr. Smith will be in a second." I sit down, and like a second later, Will Smith comes in, a hurricane of personality. Like, literally just gives me a hug. He's like, all I remember him saying was, "One love," and then it was me. I was on. I was like, I need a guy that's got to like me so I can get a 6-figure deal and do a sitcom. And I love hip-hop hardcore, so I'm like, "Oh my God, do you know Jada? Do you know I love Jada? Do you know who killed Tupac? Who killed Biggie?"
You're asking him these questions.
Yeah. And Will's just smiling. He's back at me, and I'm like, "I love,
is that what you do when you get nervous? You just jump in, and you're just like, "I got to talk.
Yep, talk. And at the end of an hour, Will goes, "I like you." I go, "I like you." He's like, he's like, "Let's go to the movies." I go, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "I'll see you at Planet Hollywood at 7. And I was like, "All right, up by Columbus Circle." I go, "Okay." So I call my dad, and I go, he goes, "How'd it go?" I go, "It went great." I go, "Really?" He goes, yeah, we're going to movies. My dad goes, "What?" I said, "You're going to the movies with Will Smith?" I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Just you and him?" I go, "Yeah." He's like, "Where?" I go, "Planet Hollywood." And he goes, "Oh, buddy, I'm sorry." I go, "What?" And he goes, "I don't think it's a television deal. I think he wants to queer you."
That's what he said.
The exact words. I go, "Dad, that's impossible." He goes, "No, buddy, it's called the casting couch. A lot of these celebrities are closeted homosexuals, and what they do is they bring in young talent like yourself."
And it's your dad.
This is my dad.
Where's he from?
He grew up in Long Island, but he's in Tampa.
But he's not. Yeah, okay.
And
so
he's like, I'm just concerned. You're my son.
And he doesn't want somebody to queer you.
Yeah. He's like, what they'll do is they bring you in, and then next thing you know, you're sucking and fucking, and then you leave, and then who they hang this deal in front of you, and you want the deal, so you'll do anything. But then who's going to believe you? They're going to believe Will Smith, or I go, "Dad, that's fucking impossible." I just sat in a dance studio with the guy. He's like, "Where were you?" I was like, "Nothing. Never mind." I go,
"Bad example."
He goes, "Buddy, you tell me what's more likely: the fact that you're so talented that within 6 months of doing stand up, the biggest movie star in the entire world wants to make a TV show about your life, or that he's gay and he wants to have sex with you." I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm fucked."
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Quite literally.
Yeah. So I go, "What do I do?" And he goes, "You show up, eat shit, and cash checks, buddy." He goes, "I could be right, I could be wrong. I'm just saying, I just don't want you to get your hopes up and then something to happen. I'm just want to brace you for it." So I go, "Okay." So I show up to Planet Hollywood. I walk in. I'm like, "Hey, is Will Smith here?" Like, it just sounds weird to even say that. And the girl's like, "Celebrities don't hang out at Planet Hollywood." I go, "We're supposed to see a movie together." She goes, "We don't have a movie theater." I go, she goes, "You're supposed to see a movie." And I'm going, "Well, at least I'm not getting fucked." I'm like, "He's pranking me."
Yeah.
Like, it's a prank. Okay.
Yeah, I was about to, when you were telling the story to your dad, I was about to ask you, do they show movies at Planet Hollywood? I thought
That's what I said. And
that's
so,
like being like, hey, you want to go see AC/DC? Yeah, meet me at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I go, do you mind if I hang out and wait for him? And she goes, no, knock yourself out. So I sit in Planet Hollywood, and then all of a sudden, from like I want to say like a glass stairwell, but like from a stairwell from my side, a guy comes up, 6'5", 370 pounds, Charlie Mack, real dude.
Oh, shit.
And he looks at me, he goes, you Bert? I was like, yeah, and he goes, downstairs. And I'm thinking, I gotta fuck this guy too? Like, this guy's big. Like, where do I put him in the lineup? Do I have him go first? Or, like, break me in and then let Will come in?
I'm pretty fucking far from okay.
So I go downstairs, I walk downstairs, and it's a room filled with black dudes. It's 9 black dudes, and it's a small room. It's about as big as maybe a little bigger than this, red velvet curtain all around.
Gangbang.
And a folding table. That's what I'm thinking. I gotta fuck these 9 guys.
And there's a folding table?
There's a folding table on the center.
Which means that's not a place that's meant for a table to be. They bring that in for when someone's... Well, when they're going to get fucked.
Exactly. Yeah. And I literally walk in and I don't make eye contact with anybody. I just walk in and I stand up against the red curtain, just staring down, not making eye contact, and no one's talking, and no one's talking to me at all.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, sure enough, I'm doing the math. I'm like, I gotta fuck these 9 guys. I gotta fuck Charlie Mack, Will. I'm sure he's bringing Jazzy Jeff. That's like 13.
Yeah. Although you could probably throw out Jazzy Jeff like the judge did. Just throw him out by his collar.
So all of a sudden, Will Smith shows up with Jazzy Jeff. I swear to God, Jazzy Jeff's there. And my excitement's only met with the fact that that's one more guy. I'm like, oh, fuck, well, all right.
Right.
And he looks at me and he goes, this is the guy. And I'm like, and everyone starts smiling and walking towards me. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I start sucking dicks? How does this go? All of a sudden, the curtains behind me open and a huge private movie theater is behind me.
There's a movie theater.
There's a fucking movie theater.
Oh my God.
And everyone walks right by me and goes and grabs seats. And Will looks at me. I swear to God, he goes, well, what do you want to drink? And I was like, whatever you get. And he goes, Long Island iced tea. And he's like, you like shrimp? I go, yeah, I love shrimp. He goes, all right, I'll get us shrimp. I'll get us drinks. You get us 2 seats. So
who, in what world do celebrities go, okay, we need a secret room in Planet Hollywood?
Yeah. Will Smith. He is a conundrum inside a riddle. He's a different kind of guy.
He is. And the fact that you're telling me this story with no shirt on makes me believe that while this is happening, you've got no shirt on, which makes it seem even more like you're about to get gangbanged.
It gets even better.
Yes.
I get us seats, and we watched American Pie. And
oh my God.
Will Smith chose American Pie. There's not one black person in the whole movie.
American Pie. We had shrimp. And we drank Long Island iced teas.
Was Charlie Mack laughing at the jokes?
Everyone's laughing hysterically, and I'm laughing, and we get done the movie, and Will goes...
Okay, so wait. So the movie's on.
Yeah.
While the movie's on, are you nervous once the movie's over, I'm getting fucked? Or are you like, oh, we are just friends here?
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, we are just friends. Like, no one... And then the movie gets done, and he leans over and he goes, what'd you think? I said, oh, it was great. It was hilarious. I had a great time. He's like, no. What'd you think of the room? I go, it's beautiful. He said, no. He's like, no, when we were talking, you said you were a hip-hop fan. I was like, yeah. He goes, take a look around. It's fucking Biz Markie. It's Cool Mo D.
What?
It's all my heroes of hip-hop in the room. He invited them so I could meet them. I'm like, I could have fucked Biz Markie. Are you kidding me?
You lost the opportunity,
wait. I lost the whole opportunity to hang out with all these fucking heroes the whole time because I'm thinking they wanted to fuck me.
This goes back to the focus thing where it's like you get one thing on your mind and you have no idea what's going on around you. It's the same scenario as shitting in the women's room.
Yes.
You're telling me that these people, it's not like they came in while the movie was on.
They were all sitting in the room and I just had my head down, so I'm thinking they wanted to fuck me in the ass. And I could have very easily recognized Biz Markie.
Yeah.
Hip-hop gangbang.
It is, and he's like, yeah, and so then he introduced me to all of them, and then I just like geeked out, and I asked them all like a ton of questions.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Will you say friends?" Like the whole time. And then Will's like, "I told you," and I'm like, "Jazzy Jeff, can I try on your glasses?" Like, it was fucking insane. And then I'm like, "You're Charlie Mack." I didn't know that was Charlie Mack until that moment. When we're done, I go, "You're fucking Charlie Mack." The song Charlie Mack.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh my God!" And this whole time,
and the whole time, I bet the other guys are going like, I think this dude wants to fuck us. What's he so excited
keeps
about?
looking at his dick and like offering it.
Yeah.
And so then Will goes, "What are you doing tomorrow night?" And I said, "Nothing." And he goes, "Let's go to the movies again." And I didn't show up.
Why not?
I didn't show up. I don't know. I thought he was fucking with me. I don't know.
You could have been friends with Will Smith.
I know I was. I ended up doing a show with him. When we ended up doing a sitcom together. Oh, so you want to hear another Will Smith story that I didn't write in the book, but I probably shouldn't tell?
Yeah. By the way, the book is available now. Are you still trying to get people to buy it?
No, I'm done with people buying it.
I just don't know. Once the fucking
best... I want always people to buy it.
Okay. What's it called? Life of the Party?
No, I want to die an obscure artist.
I'm kind of an under the radar guy. You can get Bert Kreischer's book.
Go to
on
bertbertbert.com.
or bertbertbert.com.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So the first time we sold the first time we went to pitch a sitcom.
Who's we?
Me, Will, James Lassiter, his business partner.
Oh wow.
So you end up with a relationship with Will Smith.
Yeah,
even though you didn't go to the second movie.
I think I was playing hard to get, and he liked that.
Wow.
I don't know.
I would have done the total opposite. I would have gone to every movie he ever invited me to.
He said because they were doing movies every single night at Planet Hollywood because they were doing an album like right around the corner from there.
Wow.
So they were
like, well, remember that secret movie theater I built in Planet Hollywood?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get found out.
So we go from his offices at Universal all the way over to ABC, and it's weird because Will goes, I'll drive. As soon as he said that, everyone's like, oh, I'll ride with Will. So it was like 6 grown men in a Range Rover. Mm-hmm. Like my manager Barry Katz was in there, my agent was in there. It was cram packed.
And it's one of those Range Rovers with the 2 decks of seats, or just the one back seat?
Just one back seat.
So everybody's just
crushed in, and I'm drinking a big Diet Mountain Dew. And
that's important.
It's because I was I had hungover. I was trying to get my energy up.
Oh, I see.
So we get over to ABC, which at the time was in, I think, Century City, and I got to piss really bad.
So you're drinking the Big Mountain Dew.
Yeah, but no one waits. Will doesn't wait for anybody. So there's no literally when you move with him, it is like a tsunami because you walk in and there's like, hi, go right there, everyone just go.
Yeah. Well, that's the relationship with Will Smith. Like, even though I've been to a secret movie theater, we're pitching a show together. This is actually happening. One wrong piss. And the relationship's over because he's walked past me and he's out of my life.
Yeah, and so I'm like, we go. Jamie Tarsis was the president of ABC at the time, and we walked into her room and she's barefoot and she's sexy. Matthew Perry was dating her at the time, she just is like, "Hey guys," and I realized I can't take this meeting. I got to piss. So I go, give me 2 seconds. I have to go to the bathroom. Will doesn't want me to look like a fucking jack off, and he doesn't want to enter the room without me. So he says, "I'll go with you. I got to go to the bathroom too." So I go up to the bathroom and I sit. I go up to the urinal and I take my dick out. and Will comes up and he takes the urinal like right next to mine. Like he could have given us like a space.
There are plenty of urinals.
There's plenty of urinals, and he takes one right next to mine, and his dick it was on its way out, and it just is out. He starts pissing right away. And you know how you can judge the size of a dude's dick by the sound of their flow?
Yeah.
It sounds like Niagara Falls.
God.
Just thunder. Thunder. I mean, just And as soon as then he says to me, "Let me tell you the secrets to this business." I can't hear him because all I'm thinking is, I can't piss. This guy's got a thundercock next to me, and I'm trying desperately to just start a little stream, and I can't because I can hear him peeing.
And imagine how badly that would have hurt if he had fucked me with that thing.
Yeah. I'm like, thank God, it's a bullet.
Yeah.
And so I can't piss. And now I'm got gun shy, and I'm start panicking, going like, start pissing. Yeah. And Will's telling me all the secrets of the business. I didn't listen to any of them because I couldn't pee. And I'm just like, oh my God. And then finally I was like, all right, if you plan on selling a sitcom next to this guy, you better be able to piss next to this guy. So then I just pushed as hard as I could, and it started coming out. And as soon as it started peeing, I relaxed enough to listen to him.
Okay.
And all I heard him say was, be yourself. That's it.
The secret to this business is to be yourself.
He gave me a long speech about this business, and I didn't listen to a fucking word. All I heard was, be yourself.
Because the whole time you're concentrating on the piss.
And I'm trying to get a look of his dick, because I'm like, it's got to be huge. There's no way it's not in the urinal.
Yeah, you just hear his piss doesn't make a sound because it's water mixing with water.
All I want to do is see the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Did you have that experience?
Yes. Good afternoon,
Definitely
Sam.
not.
Good egg. Hello, everybody.
Well, we were joined by Ira mid-story. Did you enjoy the Will Smith stories?
Yes, I did it. I think it was very, very good.
Ira, you got one of those thundercocks on you?
Oh, Thundercocks, I got a cock on me.
That's right. Do you know Ira?
No.
I mean, Ira is as
I'm a legend.
he's as enthusiastic about radio as you are of life.
Really?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
You never got molested by a black guy?
have you been molested by a black man before, Ira?
Never.
Never.
I thought it happens once in your lives.
There was always that one in life. You'll always run into the one black dude that was like bigger than everyone else, but he also like did a lot of gay shit to you. You know the guy that it's like.
I mean, no.
Are you a hip hop guy?
Who are you asking, Ira?
No, this guy's
talking
next
to me?
me.
I don't know.
And Ira,
I think it's you. I think it's you.
Ira,
He's the one with the chain on.
I have to ask Ira, what makes you think that he might be a hip hop guy?
He looks like a hip hop guy.
How so?
Hip cop.
Hip hop.
Oh, there's a hip cop.
Ira, what about him looks like a hip hop guy?
The way he is right now with his hat on.
Oh.
and everything. I know somebody, a hip hop guy.
Does it have anything to do with the old skin tone? You know what I mean?
No, the way he talks, he looks like a hip hop guy.
All right, good for you, Ira.
I mean, I'm into gothic music, so I don't know what's
That's you. You're like you're an emo guy.
What kind of what are you? Hip hop?
No, I'm gothic.
Were you born
Gothic?
hip hop, or is that something that you?
You're definitely born hip hop.
I mean, I believe in the devil.
You do. Well, listen, Ira.
I know a hip hop guy. I want to tell you his name. His name is Talent.
Oh, I know.
He's a comedian,
Yeah,
isn't he?
Yeah.
I think hip hop. I think he's meaning black and hip hop interchangeably.
He's a hip hop comedian, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Right. I love hip hop girls, Ira. You ever fuck a hip hop girl? You ever fuck a hip hop girl, Ira?
Yeah,
I bet you did.
Love it.
Hip hop girls have fat asses, right? Yeah, they do.
This game is getting dangerously close to an apology.
Listen, we should take a break. Ira, I appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you, Sam. I want to wish you and everybody in your studio a beautiful, beautiful weekend. It's going to be 86 degrees tomorrow, then 82 degrees on Sunday. Beautiful skies. We're not going to get a hurricane. Don't believe this.
What about if we're listening in Hawaii?
Hawaii, rain.
Not a lot of hip hop guys in Hawaii.
Well, strippers out there too.
The Stengel brothers are here.
Oh, nice.
Justin and Eric. So we'll get into that. You're obviously sticking around, Bert.
No, my shirt's off.
Yeah, you're not leaving,
are you?
anywhere.
Hell, fucking
Whoo Kid staying. We'll be joined by the Stengel brothers. A lot more Sam Roberts
I would love
Friday.
to see the Stengel boys.
All right, you go talk to them.
Okay, have a good one.
Yeah, we'll have more Sam Roberts Friday show right after this.
Friday.
More to come on the Sam Roberts Friday Show. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Good. Sam Roberts Friday Show is back.
He's the toughest around, so everywhere that I go, he goes. He's Charlie Mack, and he's the first out the limo.
Charlie Mack, welcome back to Sam Roberts Friday Show. Eric, am I giving out money with these two? Or just CDs?
I think just CDs. It doesn't say
Check the
anything
winner
with-
sheet.
Yeah, I'll look.
Look right now, because either way, we got stuff to give away. So call the show, 866-WOW1-WOW, 866-969-1969. And really, you should be calling the show not just because we're giving away things, but because you want to interact with some of the legends that we have in studio. Of course, I'm talking about not only Bert Kreischer, who we've been hearing from, but now joining us, DJ Whoo Kid. Do you know these guys, the Stengel brothers?
Yeah, they're twins, right?
Sort of.
Yeah, you're twins, right?
Yeah, I'm 2 years older, but we're sort of twins.
You come out the mother's pussy late now.
Wait, is that 2 years late?
Man,
does that still count?
Marinated that pussy.
I think he meant to say they're Jews, right?
That's it's like Ira's hip hop thing. It's
They're bankers.
I just want to throw. This is Justin, by the way. Just want to throw one thing.
Ooh, let's do that the whole show. Let's do that the whole show.
Yeah.
That was Bert, by the way.
Yeah, okay, good. So, you did the after show for the Opie and Anthony show like a summer or two ago.
He's talking about Sam, by the way.
Sam, by the way. This is Justin.
That was Sam that just said that, and now Justin's talking.
That was Eric who just corrected you. So you guys were doing your shtick, your fun, your antics. It was hilarious, and DJ Whoo Kid was talking about having sex with women,
which doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen. No,
I remember the exact show you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, I bet we could pull it up. No, if you could pull it up now. And I texted something in that my wife and I were listening, and we found this endlessly entertaining. And then DJ Whoo Kid pretty much said he was going to bang my wife. And I was like, okay, good.
That is so sweet.
Whoo Kid, did you ever get around to doing that?
I never did.
You did. Congratulations,
Well,
Justin.
she's here tonight.
Yeah, so hopefully.
Oh, man, if you need that service, I'm here.
I am tired. If you don't mind coming by, I'm very tired.
That would be cool if you could go in so I go in as the starting pitcher who just throws a shitty game, and then I get my 90 pitches in real quick, just and I'm done, and then I'm like, all right, and then you hear a coach go, bring in DJ Whoo Kid, and then he runs in like John Rocker, just we will rock you.
But by the way, that wouldn't be cool at all. It's funny, but that would be the opposite of cool if it actually happened. Oh man!
And we high five as I walk out of the room, and he walks in like all fresh.
Now, DJ Whoo Kid is fucking my wife in a John Rocker jersey.
Yeah. And then there are people throwing batteries at him.
So, Bert, how'd you get divorced? What happened? This is a long story.
DJ Whoo Kid.
Literally a long story.
See, again, that's what I was worried about.
Yeah. No, we talked to Mary Jean. She's a Penthouse porn star last week on the Friday show.
Yes.
DJ Whoo Kid wasn't here.
Right.
So I figured that DJ Whoo Kid was lying when he says he has a big penis, because normally when people say that, they're not telling the truth.
No, why would they say that?
And so,
in that case, I have a small one.
And so I asked Mary Jean about it. And even though Whoo Kid wasn't here, she said he has a King Kong dick.
King Kong
which was
dick.
like
not that
Great
big.
wrestler, by the way, King Kong dick.
Damn.
The makers of Sharknado should do King Kong Dick. You should just, you could sell that pitch right now just by title alone.
Unzip my pants. Andy Serkis is in there or something. My shit's not that big. Come on.
Well, that's what I hope, because we're all like so jealous that people say that about you, Whoo Kid, that I'm hoping that we just get the legend to be so much that they'll be disappointed, that there's no way it could be as big as it's described.
Come on. It's not that big. It's big, but not that big.
Let's go to Paul in Texas. Paul, welcome to Sam Roberts Friday Show with DJ Whoo Kid, the Stengel Brothers, Justin and Eric.
Man,
and
thanks
Bert
for having me,
Kreischer.
guys. Thanks for having me, guys. Hey, I got a question for Bert. Your Bert the Conqueror shirt, is that still going on, or is that all canceled altogether, or is that ever coming back?
Nothing's ever gone forever at Travel Channel. I don't know. I just did some coaster stuff for them recently, but coasters. That's what
roller coaster.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was Hollywood lingo or amusement park lingo.
It's amusement park lingo. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm busy doing Trip Flip. We just started season 4, but I rode Verrückt, the world's tallest water slide, the other day.
Was it?
Wow. The one in Kansas?
Yeah.
Or where was that?
Yeah.
Is it scary? Wasn't that bad?
It's I'll tell you what. It's impressive. It's 17 stories. It is. When you get up to the top, you just to walk up the stairs.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. You have to walk up the stairs like an old school.
17 stories.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and it was like, you get up there and you're out of breath, and the wind's totally different because you're up in the middle of a high rise.
Yeah,
and then you get in the ride. It's cool because now I'm going to sound like a coaster nerd, but it's cool because they've incorporated the Master Blaster technology in the second hill. The only problem is that in order to make as much money as possible, they had to expand the weight limit of people that could go on the ride. Mm-hmm. So in order to do that, they had to make it safe. And so they put this stuff to kind of slow you down a little bit so you don't get airborne. And I wish they hadn't put that stuff in, because without it, I think it would be the most insane ride in the world.
So there's speed bumps on a water slide?
It's more like almost like traction to slow the coaster down, because we got air coming off the top. And then you fall like a solid 10 stories.
What?
Before, in a raft. You're seatbelted into a raft.
Holy
and then you
shit.
fall a solid 10 stories. And I'm not shitting on the ride, but I'm saying without that slowing down thing, it would have been totally out of control, and it would have been insane.
How could they have all the science behind making sure it doesn't go too fast and still be like, no, just walk up the stairs?
By the way,
something.
Very good combination to be out of breath and putting your head underwater.
It's like one night at dinner, I got really upset that we're still using the fork. Like that, there's been no innovations around the fork. Like it's just so simple. I was like, everyone's looking past it. I need someone to get me something.
Well, what do you want?
I want like a hand. I want a small hand that grabs food and puts it in my mouth. Like if you could get like one of those little spider monkey hands, to just grab food and put it in your mouth.
Right.
and you held onto his wrist. If you could get a spider monkey to feed you, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I was hoping. I just had disc problems with my back, and they were going to do surgery. And I, knock on wood, I'm fine. Thank you. But I was hoping.
I was just thinking that.
I was sort of hoping I was going to be in one of those situations where I'd blow in a tube and a monkey would bring me a soda. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like,
yeah, people who have that are so lucky.
I just had the realization.
Why, God? Why? You mean all my limbs are no? You're right. You're right. You are definitely in grounds to complain. I was gonna give a prize to what's his name, but he hung up. So let me go to
How much is a monkey?
I think
you can get one for $1,500.
That's it.
I think so.
Let me see how much I got in my pocket.
Yeah, I don't have one. I'm not selling them.
We knew a guy. This is a true story. There was a guy that did work on my parents' house. He was like a contractor, and this guy was also an artist. He would like cut up the back of old cars and turn them into like a couch, and he had like a crazy story for everything. His name was Harold. Mm-hmm. He was also a biker, and he would talk about maybe he killed a guy, like all kinds of stories. And he said when he was young, he and a friend of his worked for his uncle, and they sold illegal zoo animals. So if a zoo needed an animal, they went to like his uncle
in Jersey.
and they all right, we need a tiger. It's like, all right, we'll send you a tiger. It's true. So they
zoos buy illegal animals.
Well, this is like in the 50s or
for
whatever.
Us, dude, I'm obsessed with this. Like importing, smuggling in animals. I wrote a whole pilot about people smuggling in parrots and PVC pipes.
Oh, you told me about this. That's right.
Is this a sitcom?
No, I wrote a pilot because I was obsessed. I'm obsessed with smuggling animals, dude. I'll keep going. Sorry.
Wait, is it a comedy?
No, it was about. This is a long time ago. I wrote a pilot about me being a private eye.
Oh no!
In Tampa. And I was always having to bust like crazy crimes. And so the whole culmination is I don't know why they got these pipes. And then finally I get out in this guy's boat and there's a thunderstorm in Tampa Bay and I open one of the pipes and I realize they're parrots. So I start pulling them out, but all their wings have been clipped. So I don't realize that. Now the boat's filled with parrots and lightning strike and they're like, ah! And that was the culmination of the pilot. It didn't sell. It didn't sell.
I was going to say, really? They didn't take that off?
Can you imagine the important life events that were ignored because you were singularly focused on your parrot show?
Dude, I was obsessed. And then in another part of that, I get on a cruise ship and I have to kill a guy. But it's really hard to kill somebody. Like, you can't kill someone with your bare hands. You might actually get out of breath before you kill them. So in my thing, I was just getting out of breath, like, oh. And the guy's like, I'm still alive. And I'm like, oh. And then I throwed him off the ledge of the boat, but then he just fell like a story down, so I had to go down the stairs and throw him off again. It didn't sell.
So you were saying, Justin.
I'm sorry. So Harold told us this story, and they were delivering animals, and they were delivering like a tiger and a this and a fox, I don't know, whatever. And they were on their way to their last delivery, and the monkey that
they're
had
delivering these animals in a van.
Yeah, in a van. It's just like a regular van. They had these animals. And the monkey was the last animal to be delivered. So they're on their way to deliver the monkey.
Yeah.
And apparently the monkey went nuts and was like running around and like attacking them. So they're in the van fighting. And we're like, so what did you do? He paused. We had to beat the monkey to death with a bat.
They pulled over to the side of the highway. They had a bat in the van, and they beat the monkey to death.
Well, they had to. They were left with no other option than to beat him to death.
We've exhausted. Like, offer him a cigar. Monkeys love cigars in the movies. That's not working.
I also love that that's how they phrased it, too. They weren't like, well, we had to put him down. Like, well, we had to beat him to death with a baseball bat.
And they must have carried that bat because they've had that problem before. Yeah. It's like, bring the monkey back. Just bring it. I don't know. Could happen again.
Let me go to...
who are we taking a caller from?
Because there's these things. Let me go to Jason in Mississippi.
Sorry, Jason. I didn't mean to shit on you before you got on the phone.
He got upset. Burns again. He's upset.
Is that the free dildo?
No, I don't have free dildos to give away this week.
Damn it. I'm leaving.
Flashlights.
Yeah. I have the Stangles here under false pretenses.
Yeah, so what are you doing here?
What's up, Jason in Mississippi?
Hey, I just wanted to say I love the show, and I hate that Anthony ain't there no more. But
he was never on the Friday show. He's never did the show once.
I support him and Opie and y'all, and I'm not a big hip hop fan. In fact, I hate it. I'm a metal guy.
We know what that means today.
I like Whoo Kid.
So do I. I hate it too.
It seems like
I'm a guy.
you don't like anything about anybody on this show or about this show.
Pretty much.
I'm desperately trying to give someone a prize, but I cannot. It's not going to happen. Bert, I'm sorry to interrupt you, as you were saying.
This is the story that makes Cowhead laugh the hardest.
You mean Mike Calta?
Mike Calta.
Cowhead.
We're rebranding, Bert.
Yeah, we should prank call his show. And so, so I had an iguana that died, and I had this iguana for like 4 years, and I was like, I should just cremate it because that's probably the sensible thing to do. So what I did is I built like a little funeral pyre for it. Is that the right word?
Shit.
And I took some newspaper and I put the iguana in the newspaper and I wrapped it up like it's a Sunday edition, right? And then I put it in the fireplace and I lit it on fire and I was like, I'm gonna have a beer and I'm gonna say goodbye to my iguana and all the good times I had. And all the paper burns away and the iguana's totally still there, but now it's burned and disfigured. Like, his tail's gotten real curly and his fingers and his lips have melted backwards. And I can hear it going and I'm like, oh fuck. So I try putting like gasoline on it and it just is getting worse and worse. And I had to go take it outside and bury it, but I couldn't even say goodbye to it because I disfigured it so bad. Its toes were all curled back.
So traumatizing.
Oh,
that's hard.
Oh, just like organs are squeezed, like the flesh would open up and then an organ filled with fluid would squirt out. I'm like, ah!
And then you were like, I can honor that iguana's memory by writing a pilot about animal importers.
I was like, see you later, Wilbury.
Let me go to Wilbury. Let me go to.
Got this nigga crying over here.
Chris in Boston. Chris.
Guys, how's it going?
Welcome.
Hey, I had a question for Bert. So I graduated from school a couple of years ago, and my friends, we had one of the bigger party houses on campus. And the other day, I was at my parents' place, and my little brother, who's about to go to University of Kentucky, came in, and I was kind of moved. He was asking me for advice going into college and parties and everything like that. And so it was fun to sit down with him and go over some like real experience. But I was curious if Bert had any advice for someone who's just about to start school that maybe you thought, you wish you knew before, and something you learned over your 6 or 7 years, however many it was.
That was the worst. It's the longest question, and then it just stops.
I think he wants to know.
You drove off a cliff.
Sir, are you okay? Are you in danger?
Is he talking about fucking bitches or what's
Are you talking about? No. Here's my advice. This is real sincere advice. I gave it to this kid. My dad's friend had son's going to college, and he's like, "Can you give him some real advice? When it comes to drugs, just take half." That's for real. I really believe in that. Like when everyone's doing mushrooms, just take half of what everyone else is taking because you do not want to be the guy that loses your shit.
Right.
Don't wear condoms. I don't think they work. Don't ever get spun out over a chick. That is the biggest mistake I made was caring. I wish I could just go back. Always cheat. Always cheat on your girlfriends. Because unless you know you're going to marry them, who gives a fuck about those chicks? When you find the one, don't cheat on that one.
Preach.
But just have fun. And if you're going to take a shit on your hood of your ex-girlfriend's car, take your pants off all the way.
This has been a message from the Church of Jesus Christ.
Hey, Chris. Chris,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a copy of Godsmack's new album, okay?
Oh, awesome. Thanks, man.
Godsmack's new album, 1000 HP, is on sale now at Best Buy. Don't hang up. I'm going to put you on hold so you can get the album. So I'm assuming that you shit on your pants one time when you were trying to...
I used to. This is going to sound... This is a very different boy. This is a younger child of my version. But I used to think it was very funny to go up and shit in front of people. Like, to just walk up and then very casually undo my pants and squat and shit.
Now, do you think that just because nobody's doing it means that, if I do it, it's funny?
It was back before I developed much of a personality. And it was like that next level thing of someone dared me to do it.
So you hadn't quite perfected the art of storytelling yet. And you figure...
So I'm going to be the shit guy.
There was a group of girls at a party one night. It was during summer school. I was like, I gotta shit. And someone's like, I bet you won't just go shit in front of all those girls. So I walked up and
Did you just say, you bet I won't?
And this is, by the way, I guess, how you get the title of party animal. It's like you do something like this and then the story gets out. And then, so I went up and very casually, just like girl talk, just undid my pants, put them around my knees and squatted and started taking a shit. And I go, what are we talking about?
You either get the title of party animal or you're placed on a sex offender list. It's one of the two.
But it was like
at Halloween, you're not allowed to let kids to your door.
Right.
But
I'm a party animal.
But what I learned is that when you take your pants to your knees, when you go number 2, you also go 1. That's why they call it 2. It's 1 plus another 1.
I had no idea.
Next time you poop, try not to pee. Try not to pee.
I will. That's
it's
a challenge.
impossible.
Right,
it's impossible.
So next week, you call me when you're drinking buttermilk, and I'm going to shit and piss and try to just do 1.
And I pissed all over my pants.
It's 1 plus 1
equals
2.
Yeah, that's what I didn't realize. The 1 plus 1 is 2 thing.
And in my fraternity, this is in the Rolling Stone article, I took a shit on a pizza box to win an election.
Sure.
So I went.
Wait, so when you shit in front of this group of girls on the bed,
they laughed hysterically.
But you pissed all over yourself?
I pissed all in my pants because my dick was pointed to my pants, and I didn't expect to start peeing. I didn't think that would happen. But I just started peeing, so I peed all over my pants, and then I had to go home. I had to go home and get new pants.
So you couldn't even sit there in the glory of your.
I started peeing on my pants.
So you walk in, Mom, Dad, I got to change my pants. I peed and shit in my pants. No, I'm going back out. I'm going back out.
No, it went over well.
Yeah.
That's good.
No, I didn't piss my pants. Piss got there by mistake because I was shitting.
You know, because 1 plus 1 equals 2.
That's why they call it 2. So then when I was in a fraternity, I took a shit on a pizza box to win an election, and I came out naked. And
smart, because you remember from the last time.
Yeah. Well, what was really funny is I didn't remember. It was one of the things I forgot, and so I walk out naked, and I had a tie on. And everyone expected me to give. The year before, I'd given a naked speech, but I'd just given like a 15-minute naked speech in earnest, naked. And
why?
Because at 1 minute they were like, "Oh, he's naked," and then after 3 minutes, they're like, "I think he's going to take all the time to talk." and at 10 minutes, they're like, "He brings up a few good points, but he's naked. I can't vote for the naked guy."
What I love, you've perfected it, because most people, even the shirt off thing, most people can't pull it off because once the joke's over, they feel weird. Like, okay, now I guess I just have to put my shirt back on. Whereas you are like, once you take your shirt off, you're like, no, now the shirt's off, and we're just going to live in this for the rest of the time.
I'll do it on my show tonight. When I get on stage, I'll take my shirt off the second I come on stage. I'll leave it off the whole show.
Right.
Wow.
So you'll give the speech naked, and it's not like, okay, joke's over, I'll put some pants on. You're like, no, now I actually have to give the speech.
Yeah, that's the joke for me. Is doing the whole speech and bringing up as many good points as I possibly can. And so the next year when I came out naked, everyone started laughing hysterically. They're like, he's going to do it again. We told you guys about this. This is great. And I walked out. I didn't say anything. I put my hands up, and then I turned around so my back was facing the group. Now the council before me, the council that we were replacing, was all seated behind the people giving the speech. So when I turned around, I was now facing them.
Right.
And when I went to shit, I ripped to shit, but I started pissing. All they saw was me pissing on their feet, and they're like, "Oh my God, what is he doing?" And literally, I'm not even joking, people dove out of fucking windows. Like, it cleared the room so bad, and everyone's like, even I got sick.
Yeah.
And then this is, by the way, this is the best part, is then they had to take the votes. And I had to clean the room up. And then I sat while they were taking the votes naked next to Josh Young. He's a real guy. Look him up on Facebook.
Okay.
And I sat next to Josh Young, and I heard them going, "You got to be fucking kidding me." And they're like, "Bert, are you serious about this position? Because you won." And I was like, "What?" And they're like, "No one voted for Josh. They all voted for you." And I was like, "Are you serious?" And Josh goes, "This is bullshit." And someone in the back goes, "No, it's Bert shit."
A bunch of Gigi Allen fans in your fraternity?
Hey, I was doing Gigi Allen before I knew who Gigi Allen was.
Yeah, you're just like, I get it.
It was very lowbrow sense things that made us laugh back then.
God, yeah, back then.
Yeah, not anymore. Now
we've matured.
I couldn't be in a room if a guy shit in front of here. I'd probably throw up.
You wouldn't.
I accept that challenge, son. Someone gets me a pizza box.
You wouldn't shit in public now?
Oh no,
no! Don't act like.
Come on.
Most of us have lived our entire lives
without shitting in public. Yeah. I shit my pants at a Best Buy the other day.
Sure.
We were trying to buy a refrigerator, and I thought it was a fart, and I shit my pants, and I go, and the guy's trying to sell us a refrigerator. I look at my wife, I go, "I just shit my pants. We got to go home." And this guy looked at us like, "What did you just say?" And my wife's like, got mad. She's like, "Are you serious? We just got here. We've got to buy a refrigerator." And I was like, I just shit my pants.
What? Nobody says that when that happens. They go to your wife and go, honey, we have to go. There's something I have to do back home here.
Phone call.
Yeah.
He screams it out, huh?
Yeah.
My dad
I just shit myself.
My dad shit his pants on a Banana Republic on Black Friday, or as I call it, Brown Friday.
Yeah.
And he shit his pants, and he looked at me. He goes, he's like, buddy, he had my kids. I go, where are my kids? He goes, fuck your kids. We got a problem.
This is recent.
This is probably 3 Black Fridays ago.
So, that's recent enough. Yeah,
that's recent.
And then he goes, I think I'm gonna shit my pants. What do I do? I was like, I don't know. I was like, stop making eye contact with me. And then he just shit his pants, just rip. And I was like, oh my God.
He did it on purpose.
No, he did it on accident. He did it. He couldn't help it.
No, he wanted the bargains. He wanted to clear the floor.
I'll clear out this line.
Yeah. You sure you don't want to give me a free pair of pants?
I used to a few months ago. There was a iPhone game that I would play with Eric and a few other people. I would take a very close picture of myself, and you would have to guess if I was sitting on the toilet and taking a shit or not. So like you'd see, like maybe you can't see this on radio, but like the eyebrow up a little, maybe it looks like you're pushing a little, and you take the picture like. And then you text that off, and you have to guess, shitting or not shitting. You send that around,
and you have to tell, because if it's a fake pushing face,
right?
It might be bluffing. It might not be shitting.
Bluffing. Could be bluffing. Eric always knew though.
Yeah, you always have to guess shitting in this game.
Well, you guys are brothers. That's that love. You know what
I wish I had a
that...
brother just for that.
You can have Eric. You can take him for like a week.
Do you know what I do with Tom Segura? We take pictures of parts of our body, and we have to go genitals or not genitals.
That's good.
Oh, like super close up?
Yeah, super close up. But then the best is when you just take a picture of your dick and send it. And you're like, is that genitals or not genitals? Tom Segura met Mike Tyson on this plane last night. That's what I was going to tell you.
Yeah, when you came in here, 2 hours ago, you were like, I got a Tom Segura story.
He partied with Mike Tyson last night.
He partied with him?
Partied with him.
So Tom Segura is a comedian, obviously. He's done O&A before, so people know him. He does Rogan's podcast live. He's got his own podcast. He's a really fun, really funny guy. But so, how did he party with Tyson?
He was on his flight, and Tom didn't want to be a pain in the ass. He was like, but as they were getting off, he was like, "Hey, champ, just want to let you know, big fan." And he's like, "You're on Netflix, right?" And he's like,
"Whoa,
yeah." He's like, "I'm a comedian. What are you doing?" And he's like, "I got a show." And he goes, "Can I come?"
I love your Mike Tyson impression, by the way.
Oh my God!
I thought he was here.
Yeah. Is he in the booth?
Yeah.
Where is he?
He's like, "I really like it."
Yeah. It's kind of like Mike Tyson, but also in the 20s.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at impressions.
It's like if Mike Tyson were broadcast on a phonograph, that would be exactly.
Okay, let's play again.
Hello,
I'll do an impression. You guys got to guess who it is, okay?
Yeah.
Smoking Joe Frazier.
R.I.P.
I would assume it's Sylvester Stallone.
There you go.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I thought we were only doing boxers.
Okay,
That's why I
no,
thought Eric was right.
How about this? Ready? This is okay. This is gonna be hard.
Yeah. Okay.
First of all, it's a girl.
Okay. Perfect.
I don't want to be. I'm trying to do Winona Ryder.
Okay.
All right, keep going, and we'll guess. Keep
I
going.
don't want to be in the group, Heathers.
That doesn't sound like anyone I've ever heard of.
I don't want to wear the headband.
I was going to say Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if people think this is as funny as I think it is.
How did Tom Segura end up partying with Mike Tyson? That's the question. Mike Tyson recognizes him from
Netflix. It's Tom's story. I shouldn't be telling Tom's story. But
he ain't here, baby.
Yeah. But it's not like you're crediting yourself to it.
Yeah, no. But it's Mike Tyson, I guess, came to the show and then wasn't aware of how comedy shows work, so he just went into the green room and sat with Tom. And so Tom was like, "Hey," and he's like, "This is where I'm sitting." So he sat for like an hour and a half in the green room.
What?
And then Tom was like, "I'm going on stage. Do you want to watch that part?" And Mike's like, "Okay, yeah."
Wow. Shit.
That's amazing.
He sent a bunch of pictures out with him.
But you'd probably rather have Mike Tyson sit in the green room with you. If Mike Tyson were coming to see me, I wouldn't be like, "Do you want to watch the opener?" I'd say, "No, hang out. Yeah, come on."
But I told Tom, I go, if he wants to do coke, you have to do coke with him. Tom's like, I've already decided I am. If you could take one celebrity who's famously sober and have one night partying with them, who would it be?
Wow.
Well, what celebrities are famously sober?
Okay, Robert Downey Jr., Ben Affleck.
Oh.
Or Ben Affleck.
I don't know, because I don't party.
Keanu Reeves.
I'm the wrong person.
Keanu Reeves would be.
Is he sober?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
he's sober now.
Yeah, I think he was addicted to heroin.
Oh, was he?
I don't know. I just made that up.
He did that Matrix shit. He was smoking that Matrix.
Yeah, The Matrix was just a movie, but I see where you're going with it. All that robots and stuff. Yeah, that would make you. That would make you do
hanging
drugs.
in the hood. You know what I mean?
I think every interview that I've ever done with Whoo Kid, I have to stop and let the subject know that Whoo Kid has trouble differentiating between characters and actors, because he consistently will ask, "Yo, when Lawrence Fishburne gave you those pills, did you think that?"
There was a woman. She was a relative of ours. She was an older woman, and whenever she'd be at the house, she'd be talking to us, and she would say, "Did you see this episode of whatever? You know, she's pregnant." And then in the next episode, she wasn't pregnant anymore. And it's like, well, what you're watching is a rerun. She couldn't tell the difference between a rerun and a new episode of the show, and she was not aware that this was not real. So if so-and-so was pregnant on the show, and then they would be like on Oprah, it was like, that person's not pregnant anymore. And it's like, no, they're playing characters. None of that. She honestly believed everything she saw on TV was real. Everything.
She also, this is my favorite detail about her, is that she moved from North Carolina to New York City because she heard that money grew on trees.
No.
So somebody goes, money grows on trees out there.
Okay.
So it's like,
I'll pack it up.
And that was it.
Shut up.
Yeah, and that's it. So, and she would say these crazy things.
How old was she?
I don't even know.
Like 200.
Yeah. She like every photo you ever saw of her, she was an old woman.
Well, was she like? Did she have like Alzheimer's, or was she just stupid?
No. It was just
she was naive.
Yeah, she was naive.
If you think money grows on trees, you're also. I mean, it can't grow on a plant. It's not just naivete.
Hold on.
Like,
it's made of paper. It's made of paper. It could technically grow on trees.
That and so she would say these things, and after a while, people would just be like, "Oh, okay, whatever." So Eric had this mask of what's his name?
Tor Johnson.
Tor Johnson. So big.
Where'd you get a Tor Johnson?
We were kids.
We
the Johnson Smith catalog.
Just don't you worry where we got it. So we had this Tor Johnson. So it was like a big bald head, and for some reason it had like a crack in it, like someone hit him with a bat. And Eric also took a machete, and he ran through the backyard waving the machete with the big crazy head on. And she would say, "Look at that crazy man in the backyard with a knife." And my mom would just be like, "Okay." And she's like, "No, crazy man just ran by with a knife." My mom's like, "Sure." And then Eric would run by again, waving his arms and swinging a machete and a big crazy head on. And look, he's back. He's back with a knife. He's got a knife. That's right. Sure. He's like, "No, listen to me." And then
Tor Johnson, by the way, looks like Uncle Fester.
Right. Looks
with
like
a giant
his head.
Yeah, with a giant scar across his forehead.
And also, we grew up in the suburbs. That's right. And there'd be like deer every once in a while in the backyard. And for whatever reason, she called them elephants. She'd be like, "Lois, my mom. Lois, look, there are elephants in the backyard." And sure, there's elephants in the backyard. Then Eric again would come by swinging a knife, chasing away the deer.
That crazy man is back.
That crazy man is back. Look, that crazy man.
That sounds like such a great idea for a show, is just completely fucking with someone who's like, "No, I saw it," and they're like, "You didn't see anything."
And you'd only do it to one person. You'd have to get them under false pretenses. We just find you fascinating. We want to do a reality show all about you. And every week you're just fucking with them.
I pitched a reality show called The Worst Day of Your Life. So what you do is you nominate. So you'd nominate Eric, and then you'd take him out for dinner, and then we'd go to your house, and we'd replace all your clothes with just a size smaller.
That's fantastic.
And then your shoes a little tight, and then we'd raise like a part of your change your floor so it just everything seems off, so you feel dizzy, and then the next morning there'd be a boot on your car, so then you'd have to take a taxi to work, and the taxi driver was a guy we hired, and he'd get a fucking crazy ride, and it would just build up where you get fired at work, and everyone's in on it until finally you got to a bar at the end of the night, and everyone that had been in your day was at the bar waiting for you, and you're like, "Shut the fuck up!" And then they're like, "Here's $10,000. You just had the worst day of your life."
Nobody bought it.
No one bought it. I pitched in the same day. I pitched, "Can I kidnap your child?"
That one I could see being more of a problem.
Which did you pitch first?
Yeah, which one did you pitch?
I thought "Can I Kidnap Your Child" was the better of the two pitches.
That's the mistake. You pitched the wrong
It's a
one
good
first.
show. Here's what I do. I tell you I'm going to try to kidnap your child. You can't do anything different. You just got to tell each other. You can't talk to strangers. You need a safe word, whatever. Now, I go in. And I very randomly just go and go, hey guys, I'm friends with your dad. I work over at Letterman. Can I talk to you guys for a second? They're like, yeah. I go, here's the deal. We're doing a surprise party for your dad, and I see if I can get him in the van. If I get him in the van, that's when the game starts. Now,
I don't know. This is radio, so anything you say here becomes public record. just putting that on the table.
I got it.
Okay.
So then what I do is we take the kids and they go with Eric's family and they go to Disney and they have a great trip. They don't know they've actually been kidnapped. They go with Eric's family and they have a great trip. Now you have to negotiate the safe release of your child. So you've got to acquire the ransom. You've got to then do the drop-off safe. And if you acquire the safe release of your children, you get the ransom money.
Hilarious.
Now, when you pitched this, was it a room full of laughter?
No one laughed. In that same pitch, and you ready for the last one of the three?
Yeah.
It's black versus white.
Why wouldn't you just pitch the worst day of your life?
Black versus white. Let's find out who the superior race is. So it's me and Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
And we go, all right, what's better? See, already you're thinking wrong. We go, what's better, black churches or white churches?
Mm-hmm.
So then we go to black church, we go to a white church together, we go to an Asian church, we go to a Mexican church, we go to all different ethnicities, and then we interview and we have fun, and then we've got to deliver sermons to a mixed congregation based off of what we learned. I represent white people, he represents black people, and we find out at the end who is the superior race.
See, it's the wrong title, but it's a great idea. I mean,
black versus white, and then in the subtitle, just in case anyone's confused, is who is the superior race?
So, like in the future, history class will teach that the race war was started by comedian Bert Kreischer.
We'll call it Race Wars. That's a good name.
And whoever loses is exterminated.
You should switch the name, though.
You think so?
You know what, Bert? Maybe you should try that kidnap show. Do a pilot, like maybe just to test it without a crew. Or something. Just
so shoot it on cell phones.
Yeah. Like the worst day of your life show could be on Spike TV today.
I pitched it to Spike. I pitched all these to Spike.
But the other two shows could be on Spike TV never on any day.
I am going home and I'm telling my kids who have met Bert, I'm going to say if Bert ever comes and says he wants to take you to a surprise party, do not get in his van. To an amusement park, whatever.
Who Kid, you think the race show is worth doing? The black versus white show?
I think that's part of, that's a good connection with me.
Yeah, you would participate.
Yeah, but they should change the name, though.
What would you change it to?
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
But you'd have to figure out what to change it to, though.
Like Caucasians versus niggas.
Okay.
Wow.
No, I'm listening. I'm still here.
That's ratings right there.
As long as Whoo Kid's our announcer, I think
I like that you class up the white ones. Like, Caucasians like it sounds like a cop named it.
Now, when I said change the title, that's not what I pictured. I like your twist on it. Sure.
I heard a Farrakhan speech the other day, and he was bigging you up.
He liked the show.
Like, I like this idea. I pitched a show to DIY.
Mm-hmm.
You ready for this? And now this is gonna work. Moat crashers.
Moat crashers?
Yep. Just like yard crashers, just like bath crashers. We come to your house and we build a moat.
With or without permission?
No, we go to the store and people are like looking and they're like, hey, and you're like, hey man, you guys working on a moat today? And they're like, no. I go, how about I give you a moat? Like a pimp ass moat. And they're like, I've never really thought about adding a moat to my house. And you're like, let me show you some design plans.
That's pretty good
Every
idea.
man's house is his castle. Every castle needs a moat.
Yeah.
Right.
And you just build.
What a good tagline. What a great tagline.
I pitched that and bathrooms. We turn every house and every room into your house into a bathroom.
That was great.
That, and you ready? Last one, blind design. We get a blind designer to design your house. And he's like, I don't know, tell me what I did.
Did it come out okay?
You guys,
I think we're in the living room.
Justin and Eric, like I know you write TV, but I'm sure at point nowadays that young people must pitch you shows.
Yes.
Like, what do you think of this? Do you listen to shows like this?
I think the blind guy is good.
They actually said they had something in the works for blind design already.
Oh, I'm sure.
I swear to God.
Yeah, all that means is like we're gonna do this show without him. Like we're gonna steal that show. There's no one ever thought of blind designer.
It's the same way when you're talking to somebody. They're like, oh yeah, no, I thought the same thing. I was about to say that too.
We went out. I went out to dinner. My wife and I went out to dinner with like another couple, and and not like that.
Swingers.
Nah, I mean, anything's
that
possible.
pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was trying to get that pussy. Sure.
My man.
Yeah, thanks. You and I later, we got to talk. So I never met the woman before, and we were talking, and she said, oh, by the way, I wrote a top 10 list for you. You can do it on the show next week. And I laughed. I was like, oh, that's great.
Right.
And she's like, no, I'm serious. And she handed it to me. It was written out, and I read it, and I was like, oh, that's great. Thank you very much. And there's like a long pause, and she said, so will that be on TV next week? Should I tell my friends? And I was like, well, no, it doesn't really work like that. Like, we can't do that.
Next week.
And she got mad at me. Like, she didn't talk to me the rest of the night. She got mad. I was like, and because of, like, union rules, I can't even, like, read other people's stuff because of
unsolicited, right?
Unsolicited material.
You get sued.
Right. So, but
I learned that from the movie Airheads.
Yes, yes. The only thing you can learn from that. But
when the guy from Palatine Records can't touch the Lone Ranger's demo. Unsolicited, my friend. Unsolicited.
That's right. The Lone Rangers. But yeah, and she didn't talk to me the rest of the night because I wouldn't put it on.
Ridiculous.
In 1998, they took submissions for people to submit their own top 10 list.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it's 1998 because it was when Boogie Nights was out.
Ooh.
The Late Show took submissions from people to send in their own top 10 list, and I was like, I'm going to fucking send in a top 10 list. And the top 10 list was top 10 names that they could have used other than Dirk Diggler. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know that Dirk Diggler was a character for anything. So I just did things that rhymed with Dirk Diggler. So I was like, Captain Kirk Finger Her. Like, I didn't understand the premise. I submitted a thing that just rhymed.
Let me go to Jeff real quick in Virginia. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good.
What up, nigga?
That was not
that was Justin, by the way.
No, that was not.
Yeah, say hello to Justin Stengel. He just said hello to you.
Somebody say something wrong?
You got a lot of crowd in there tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what, if you want to get your voice a little deeper, just sit in with the right person, Bert Kreischer. Drink some whiskey, smoke some cigarettes, and you're good to go.
You think you can help my voice, Bert?
I don't know. My voice has definitely gotten deeper.
Maybe I should try that. Hey, Jeff, you like Godsmack?
I do.
All right, well, you just won a copy of Godsmack's new album, 1000 HP, on sale now at Best Buy.
You were the best, man.
All right, stay on hold.
Congrats, you get to take that CD, then upload it to your computer, and then figure out how to get it onto your phone.
No.
Yo, Sam,
it's a great prize.
Yo, Sam, you think they can help me in 10 seconds about my uncle and catching...
Well, we got literally 10 seconds.
So maybe one of them can help me real quick.
Well, this is what...
By the time you explain it, the 10 seconds...
No, I just need one word.
Who can... First of all, you're wasting our seconds.
I'm sorry, I was trying to help.
Who can...
There was a dildo in my niece's pussy.
Who Kid walked in today and said, I'm sorry I'm late, I'm kind of stressed out, but my uncle found my 12-year-old niece with a dildo.
My father, Dr. John Stengel, is an obstetrician gynecologist dealing with infertility in women.
Problem solved.
Problem solved.
There you go.
That man.
Holy shit.
Well, listen, everybody, we got it. We're out of time.
That was fun.
Okay.
It was
a
fun.
lot of fun. Why are we out of time just out of record? It's just on the record.
Because there's a time when the show ends.
Who goes next?
Satan.
Opie and Anthony, Opie replay. Anthony's not on the replay.
Oh,
he was.
Can you get in trouble?
For what? Saying Anthony just now? No.
Okay. Don't say it.
Shit, I said it again.
Eric and I have been listening to you for a long time, and it was an honor to be on your show.
Oh, my
Thanks
God.
for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
It's so nice now that Anthony's gone. You're a viable option of doing radio.
Why would you say that?
You're viable.
Why would you say it? Best of the Week is coming up next. That's all that matters. Well, Justin and Eric Stengel, for those that don't know, we didn't really, they've worked on Letterman for, they're just actually celebrating their 150th year.
150 years in television.
So that's very exciting. But even more exciting is they're two of the funniest guys on Twitter. So what are your Twitters?
Eric Stengel, one word.
Justin_Stengel.
Why couldn't
Because someone stole me. Someone stole me.
What is he? Like a competitive rower named Justin Stengel who has the single.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's what it is. There's someone who's my name. And that's the funny thing, because if you Google me, because I'm a heavy-set gentleman, there are a lot of articles about how Justin Stengel is like on the Olympic rowing team. And I'm like, that's right, motherfucker. I'm bringing home the gold.
Definitely follow both of them on Twitter. And when there's live tweet events, they're amazing. Bert Kreischer is on Twitter. Go to BertBertBert.com and get his book. Go to BertCast.com and listen to his podcast.
Yeah.
And where are you this weekend?
I'm at I'm at Gotham Comedy Club.
So if you're in the area all weekend, go to Gotham Comedy Club. at DJ Whoo Kid on Twitter, at Not Sam on Twitter, and we will see you next week. Thanks, guys, for being here.
That was a lot of fun.
It was great. Yeah, thank you so much.
This has been Sam Roberts Friday Show. Hear the whole thing anytime.